We are back! We are back! We're so back in action! Let's get ready to rumble!
Welcome, one and all, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, to Wolfpack. Wednesdays, we have the pack here. The trio of wolves are in the house, and I think we're ready to go.
And we're the three best friends that anybody could have. We're the three best friends that anyone could have. We're gonna do things all the time together. Just because we're not on a bachelor party doesn't mean that we can't hang out.
We hang out all the time. And,
love it.
Yeah, we love it. So, yeah, happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the show. Got a lot of fun stuff to talk about tonight. But before we do that, I want to check in with my panel here. DLO The Collector. How are you doing, my friend? Got the hat backwards. And he's ready to go.
Decided to switch it up a little bit, change it around, rebranding, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm excited. It is officially the best day of the week, gentlemen. It is Wolfpack Wednesday. How's everybody doing?
Doing great.
I'm ready to get over that hump. So this is what does that, is this show tonight. Hopefully we can do the same for you guys out there. So yeah, I'm excited. It's been kind of a slower week, but I still think there's a lot to talk about. We have some really good topics tonight too. Before we get into that, of course, Brick Artemis, the newly
branded,
newly revamped and branded Brick
yeah.
Artemis.
2.0.
The
Brick
transformation is
2.0.
happening
There you go.
before our
It's
eyes.
a reissue, folks. Just kidding. It's a 2.0.
It's a 2.0. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man. All I can think about is tonight, but I'm also really looking forward to the Ninja Turtles movie. So I got my Ninja Turtles cup. I'm going Saturday. I bought the tickets. Really excited. Have to wait a few more days, but yeah, let's go.
Yeah, you'll have to let me know how that is. I know I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I'm curious on if it's for the newer generation. I mean, it is, but like, will it have enough to kind of reach us older
Turtles,
generation? So, but it's Turtles.
Turtles.
Yeah, so.
And another thing, I went ahead and looked back at the 3-0 Ninja Turtles from, I don't know what year it was, 2015, 2016.
From the newer
those things
movies,
are going
right?
for like, those things are going for like 750, 650. I'm like, yep, not today.
Not today, Satan. Yeah, you saved yourself then. Well, good. Guys, what are we drinking tonight? I'm on water. I had some whiskey tonight, or I had some whiskey last night. So if you guys want me to start drinking whiskey, it's going to take some super chats. Otherwise, I'm going water. Hello, what are you at?
Well, my sponsorship finally kicked in with Ghost Energy drinks since I've been drinking them since episode 1. And I am now officially my first sponsor. Just kidding. Ghost, contact me, please. I'm doing this for you. Kidding. They're delicious.
What you got, Brick, in that little turtle cup?
I have a Miller Light. So.
Oh, well, hello there. Look at that.
Hashtag not a sponsor. Yeah.
Let's check in with the chat, shall we? But before we do that, I want to welcome you all to the show.
Welcome to the fucking show.
To the show. Let's go.
Love
All
it.
right. Let's see who is joining us tonight and going to be hanging out with us. We have Daniel. Hello,
What's up, Daniel?
Daniel. Let's go. Good old Spotchka. What is going on? Action in the box. Always good to see you. Some
What's
guy. Hello and welcome to the Wolfpack. What's up, collecting fam? What's going on? That's right. This is a family here. We are a collecting community where we can share this awesome hobby together. Love doing it with you guys. City Rider, hello and good evening. Doc Bat, what's up, Wolves? Brian Fontaine, hello. He just finished his 6-scale Scavengers stream this evening. So after this one, go watch that too. Brick Artemis with his new logo going on there.
Let's
Let
go.
Brick know what you guys think of his new logo of the Moon Man. I think it scares DLO, but
It does.
I like it. It's cool. It's cool.
What's he plotting?
We got Evil Sneaker in the house watching from his movie room, his theater. Good evening, Wolfpack and chat. Looking forward to the show tonight. Thank you for always being here. Tighter FL down in Florida. Hello. What's going on? Andrew Craig, good to see you in the chat. Hey.
I wish I had hair like that.
Yeah, look at that. I wish I had hair in general.
Gave my son a mohawk tonight. That was fun.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's working on dust proofing his DTOS while listening to the show. So yeah, hopefully we can keep you entertained while you're getting those DTOS ready to go. Nice. We got Jazzy in the house. Let's chill. That's exactly what we're going to do tonight. This is just going to be a bunch of fun with you guys. If you have any...
You already know, Jazzy. You already know.
If you have any questions, topics, things you guys want to talk about, this is the show. Excuse me. This is the show where your voice can be heard. Again, we have topics, but you guys can drive this show. So, let's see. We got Big Breda in the house, one of the Wolfpack friends. He thought Graham was already out. I'm not sure what that means.
I got an idea.
Sleeping?
Yeah.
We got the Collector one. What's up? Hope everyone's doing great. Doing good. Happy to be here. Happy to be talking figures. Figman. Hurrah. It's Wolfpack Wednesdays. Go Bucks. Yeah. Hopefully they can get us one more championship before it's all said and done. We got the Thor. Greetings all. What is going on, my friend? TX Boy. What's up, fellas? Love the picture there.
Pick. Oh, yeah.
Chris Letty. I don't recognize that name. So welcome to Wolfpack Wednesdays. Thank you for being here.
Chris Letty is one third of the Six Scale Scavengers with Brian and TC.
Okay. What is going on? I'm going to dab that right there. Thank you for that.
I got you, Chris.
Thank you. I do recognize this Chris, and it's Chris Santos. What's up, everybody? We got Jedi291. Happy Wednesday.
What's up?
Test Jess. Good day, Collector Brothers. Of course, DLO in the house. We got Cylon. The best Trace Mosquertos are here.
Good.
You guys
nice.
are the
Good
best
job.
Live all together. Hey, that means a lot.
Someone got an A in Spanish high school. High school Spanish.
I took
Spanish
class for 2 years, barely passed. English was hard enough. So, but I appreciate you guys.
Is he calling us the best three mosquitoes, or what's that?
We'll Google translate it after the show. We'll figure it out. I'm sure it's a compliment.
Raiden Z, Brick, why don't you take this one?
Bonzo. Oh, yeah. Nope. No. Not even gonna try that. What's up, man?
What's going on?
Too sweet, bro.
Bonjour, tout le monde. Tootney.
I like this name, Homie One Kenobi. I like that.
Great name.
That's cool. I love
name.
it.
The
Cool
movie
pick,
canon is here. Good evening, everyone. Just unpacking my free Captain Marvel Deluxe. Didn't think it was a pain to set everything up.
Nice.
Congrats on getting that thing
for
for
you,
a pretty good score there. We got Robobat Bunny. Hello. Another interesting, fun name there. All right. Sorry, Breda. Sorry. I'm not on a first and last name basis. I apologize.
Well, we are now.
I have offended some people, and I do apologize. Moving on. Leighton Richards. What's up, Legends? And Chris says, I appreciate you, DLO.
Anytime, Letty. Anytime, bud.
All right, 47 in the house. Thank you guys again for being here. Hit that like button. Does us the it helps us to know we're doing something that you guys enjoy. Helps us keep going and kind of motivates us to keep going. So definitely do appreciate the likes, the comments, the activity in the chat. So obviously, again, if you guys got stuff that you want to talk about in the chat, let us know. We got some things on deck tonight. Obviously, I talked a little bit about the Wonder Woman being dropped. I want to get your guys' opinion about it. I don't want to talk too much about it because I think it's I don't like pushing things into the ground, when everybody else is talking.
I just want to know. I think the big question is that everybody's going to want to know at the end of this is, will Graham keep his? That's all I want to know about this.
That's the question. That's the question.
Graham doesn't even know the answer to that one.
I don't even know the answer. Maybe you all can help me. We're gonna be talking about waitlisting. It's more and more common. Do you guys need to start pre-ordering again? Is this kind of like the new thing? Is it an overcorrection? You know, stuff like that. We're going to talk about figures that should be sold out on Sideshow that aren't. We're also maybe going to be talking about the main determination if you buy a figure, and we do have a game to play at the end of the show too. So we do have a lot to talk about, but there's always room for your guys's questions and whatnot. So without further ado, I just want to get into it. I want to know what you guys think of this when you saw the photos. Is it as good as you thought? Is it better than you thought? Do you have any issues with it? DLO, you're right below me. I'm going to have you go first.
Sure. I'm probably the most vocal on the panel about rooted hair with Hot Toys and how much I dislike it. So I guess it'd probably be best if I start, right? So for me, I will eat crow on this one here, guys. I will always be honest with you and telling you when I feel like I'm wrong on something. I think it looks great. I think they really nailed it there.
Going full for the apology.
Full on. It's not an apology. It's literally like, hey, listen, I had an opinion. It looks really good. Now, I still reserve the fact that, you know, it looks good now. I want to see when it gets in collectors' hands, of course, and we see them more on display and see how they hold up there. But, you know, it looks good. It looks a lot better than the original ones that we were seeing before. It definitely has calmed a little bit more my concerns about if Hot Toys can do it. The question is how good is it going to hold up? And that's something we'll figure out later. But these photos, phenomenal. It definitely brings me back to the first Wonder Woman movie. She looks great. It's probably one of the best head sculpts, in my opinion, that they've made for Gal Gadot. I think they nailed it. I think they finally got it right where they put the right head sculpt on the right body. And I think this is the ultimate Hot Toys Wonder Woman to have there. So whoever's got theirs in hand and didn't cancel their pre-order, I think you guys are going to be in for a treat. So congrats to you guys.
Congrats, everybody. 1,500 units. I misspoke in my live stream. I couldn't keep all of the numbered units right. And I said 3,000, but 1,500. So not a lot of people will have this. But Brick, what are your thoughts? Is there anything you don't like about it? Anything that stands out that kind of...
I would say the only thing I do not like about it is the base. I think it looks like, again, I've said this before. I think it looks like a cake top. I think it looks, I mean, okay, so what she's standing on looks good, but like that little swirly thing behind her looks terrible, in my opinion. But man,
you got it right the first time.
Hashtag opinion.
Yeah. The Wonder Woman itself looks amazing. And the more I see of her, the more I wish Graham would just sell his to me.
I will.
And okay. Let's go.
It's going to cost you a little bit extra, though.
Like, of course. Let me friend see you are. Reminds me of somebody else.
Like what King Kill is saying. If it's going for 800 on the secondary market, I am no better than anybody else. So if that's coming in, it's going to be tough for me to keep this figure. I'm going to be honest.
I have a feeling it's at least going to go for 7. I mean, at least, right?
And the reason why I say that is because I have the sculpted, so I don't necessarily need this. But if I see this in hand too, and just knowing that it's that limited, it could also be tough to let that go. So who knows? But continue.
Yeah, I mean the rooted hair worries me a little bit because I have no experience in that. And I'm not going to act like I do. That would worry me having her, but I think it looks great in these photos. And again, I'm going to back up DLO on this. The head sculpt is by far the best Gal Gadot head sculpt we've had.
Yeah, and I thought that I thought that with the golden armor because obviously this is the same head sculpt, and when I compared the sculpted 84 version to that, I still thought the head sculpt was better, but I enjoyed the sculpted hair better than the rooted on that one. So it was kind of like a mix match there of what each one had better, but I think this hair definitely looks 20 times better than that golden armor one. You know, obviously the body is going to be a reuse from the Wonder Woman 84, so the neck is going to still probably be in some angles. It's going to look a little long, but I think you can get around that with how you're going to pose her. So I think there's different things that you're going to be able to do. But man, like something like this is just so awesome. This is like so simple but so elegant, and it just it looks so good with her. So like I'm easily just going to keep it in something museum like that.
Oh, that's cool.
I think it's a strong pose. So
what I like about the most here, real quick here, the thing I like the most about this Wonder Woman is the fact that I don't know if it's just the photos themselves, but does it feel like they fixed the giraffe neck issue they've had with Wonder Woman head sculpts?
Right. So I think it's still there. Like a lot of these, she's kind of like tilted, looking down.
Right.
There was one that looks good. This is weird. This is an awkward pose that they've
I don't
kinda
like
got her
the
in, but
ankle.
Yeah.
here you can kind of probably tell a little bit. Oh, this is awesome. I love this photo here. Great photo. Got kind of the hair. Looks like it's almost even blowing in the wind. But if we go like here, maybe see a little bit of the neck. But you do have the harness too, which might help hide it. But here, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. From that picture, it looks like it might be a little long, but I mean, it's hard to say from the angle that it's being taken at. But most of the photos, it looks like it's shortened. And that's always been a big pet peeve of mine when it comes to women head sculpts / their bodies. They always seem like they're longer necks than they need to be. But they're like right
that's
there.
A cool pose. I like that.
It looks better to me. So I don't know if it's just angles for the photos, but it feels like it's a slightly shorter neck. I don't know if they changed the neck peg out for something different, but it looks better to me there too.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, even with, well, I can't tell because I have that garment on, but even with the other one, I didn't notice it until somebody pointed out, and then I couldn't like unsee it. But I think at certain angles or certain poses, you're going to be able to hide it. And I think it's the same thing with this one.
So,
you know, go ahead.
That pose there, okay, if the arms are anything, and I don't think the Wonder Woman had the same issues as Ahsoka did. I don't know why it didn't, but if the arm is like that and there's only 1,500 units and the arm breaks, do you return it and get your money back? Because you can't get another figure, right? So how would that work?
You know what I mean? Like $14.99 left in circulation after that. That's what that would mean in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's a good question. I would think they got to have some extra parts.
I don't think so.
No?
Why would they? I mean, if there's only 1,500 now, now you're going down a rabbit hole. We don't know.
They got to back up.
Is there really 1,500?
So because of that, I am not unboxing this thing.
No.
That's a good question. I'm not really sure, but I would think you wouldn't just be shit out of luck. I would think that they would help you out there somehow. So here, just take the Wonder Woman 84 body.
Yeah.
And repaint it yourself.
There you go.
Because really, I think this is, in all honesty, this is the new piece. This is what's 1,500 units. Everything else is a mixed match of everything that they've already made. So I think maybe they take some 84 bodies and they just repaint them. And
they have them on the
side. Use them for parts and stuff. So there's got to be a way of doing it. But I think this is what is truly limited is going to be the head and the rooted hair.
Right.
Just my thoughts on that. But yeah, just keep in mind, you can kind of see a faint seam right here. You probably can't see it on your TVs or whatnot. But, you know, with any other seamless body, just be careful with long-term posing like this. Could damage that body. But yeah, it's really good. I'm still undecided. The only thing that I don't like, especially in this photo, is the hard line here where it almost looks in certain photos like the rooted hair is sunken in and you can see that hard line. And maybe it won't look like that in person. Maybe it'll look pretty decent. But just from what I saw in some of these photos, I was just like, it kind of looks weird. Maybe that is, I don't know, is that just me or do you guys see it too where
I see it now?
Like it's raised up and then that you can tell like the hair is like on a different level or something, like inward, sunken in. Does that make sense?
Well, I can't unsee it now, so that to answer your question, that's for sure.
Thanks, Grant.
Yep. Way to keep it positive, buddy.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, you know, we gotta point it all out. But here it looks a little bit more like not as much of a hard line.
That's lighting there, but yeah, you kind of
it's lighting, but it almost looks like they changed up the hair a little bit too to swoop it over that line.
Yeah. DLO, what do you think of the base?
Maybe.
I know Rob isn't a fan of parts of it, but what do you think?
Yeah, again, you guys are ruining figures for me. Thank God I didn't put a pre-order because between your inspection of the hairline and Brick calling this like one of those things, a topper you put on a cake. I mean, you know, maybe
we
not
like it.
Best. I mean, I'm sure overall though, full disclosure, we like it, of course, but I'm not a fan of the base. It's kind of wonky. maybe it's just because I'm just so used to getting a, you know, like a square base or a hexagonal base, and it's just like, you know, it doesn't seem like a typical Hot Toys one. This is I appreciate they try to dress it up for the, was it for the 100 anniversary? Is that what this was for?
Yeah, Warner
right?
Brothers 100.
Right. So I appreciate them dressing it up there, but I mean, if you ask any collector, like, will you actually display it like this though? Would you actually use that?
No.
Probably not, right? Probably not. So it's maybe cool for a couple photos and then maybe back in the box.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this transparent plastic piece will be able to pop right off. I'm hoping that the ribbon kind of can come off too if need be. Like we can just have this round base.
If you're gonna go that route, I would appreciate you not trying to insult me with a plastic accessory like that. That's very fragile. Maybe if you took the extra step and made it metal, like I would probably display it more because you put more effort into it. But yeah, maybe a couple photos and it goes back in the box for me. It doesn't do anything for me personally.
I love that pose. Simple, clean. Am I the only one that's kind of surprised that we only got 2 figures from this 100 year?
Oh yeah, we've been fighting that fight since we've been getting these announcements, man.
Sure, it's just crazy.
Christopher Reeve and Adam West, huge miss. Hot Toys, absolutely would have stole my money for that stuff.
Yeah, they could have done a lot. I mean, no doubt this figure looks great, but
sure,
and probably didn't cost them a ton of money since most of her is reused. Same thing with the gray and blue Batman, but yeah, you could have done a 2.0 Reeve, and really just paint applications are what's going to be the improvement there, you know? Didn't have to do a ton there either. So it's interesting that they just kind of went with more recent figures, but I don't know. We can still hold out hope, right? Hold out hope.
Sure, why not?
Quick shout out to Payton23. What is going on, my friend? Let's see. TX Boy says, love this piece. Everything I was hoping for. Hot Toys Rooted. Think they really set the car. Maybe I think the bar with the other two. Yeah.
We know what you meant, man. Yeah. Well, I'm happy you're happy, dude.
Yeah. Looks a lot better. Looks phenomenal. The only nitpick I have is the hairline looks a bit hard, but overall it's fire. King Killa says, I only say 800 because it's limited and rooted. I can only imagine what Anakin will go for. Yeah, I mean, this thing's going to be 400. And if you put your tax and your shipping in there, you know, you're looking at a $450 piece. Yeah, I could see that going for 6, 7, maybe 800, depending on how desperate people are to get this. I mean, anybody in the chat, what would you be willing to spend on a piece like this if you missed out? Because I'd be curious to know. Like, what's your top dollar on getting this Wonder Woman in your collection any way you could? What would you spend? Let us know in the chat. We got Daniel in the house. Hey, everyone. Bit late. Still at work. Well, hey, don't get in trouble, but thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, this is interesting. Rob brought this up to us today. At least it won't be the last Gal Gadot figure since she's returning for Wonder Woman 3. How weird is that now all of a sudden, huh?
Right.
Awkward. This is, I don't know. It just feels like
everybody... be like a reboot, and now all of a sudden it's like, no, wait, we're gonna maybe keep Supergirl for sure, Wonder Woman, and I don't know. We might keep you guys.
And this is like
Ezra as well too. Flash might be still around, which is weird after everything we've gone through. Yeah, I mean it's all rumor at this point. It could just be lip service. I don't know. But like honestly, at this stage, I'm like ready to just kind of move on from the DC EU and just full reboot of everything. If you're not going to keep Cavill, because Cavill was important for me, Ben Affleck was important for me. But if you're not going to keep those two, get rid of everybody else. I don't care at this stage. You know, new faces, new young actors, so they can play for like 5 or 6 movies.
The only one that I would keep is Supergirl, and they can do that a certain way. So I would say, but I don't want to do any spoilers, but I feel like if you've seen it, right?
Sure.
And I think that's the other problem with DC is they don't know when to do something right. Like, we're going to just start over, but then all of a sudden now it's like, oh, you're hearing rumors like Wonder Woman will come back, or, you know, Flash, or it's like, just, this is your problem. You're always like doing something halfway,
messy,
or, you know, back and forth, and just
really messy.
Start over. Next question I have for you guys in the chat. Who would you want to play a new Wonder Woman if, for some reason, we did get a new Wonder Woman? Because we were also talking about that through our private chat here today, and who we thought could replace Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and who we thought fit the bill. So if you guys have anybody in the back of your mind, I'd love to know, because it's tough. When you think of Wonder Woman now, you think of Gal Gadot. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Usually Hot Toys has some extras on hands for replacement. This happened with that limited stealth cap for a couple people. Very good, Evil Sneaker. Very good. Thank you for that. TX Boy says, don't think they will have replacement parts given the limited quantity. I think they got it. They got to have something in case something breaks or goes wrong.
You never know.
They
didn't have any replacement parts for
out of
Ahsoka
luck
when she broke.
What's up, Nick?
Nick Bachman in the house, shaking his booty. What's going on, dude? Yeah, base is staying in the box.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jazzy's passing. Adam West wasn't WB though. Wasn't
Technicalities.
it? Yeah.
Still owned by them.
I mean, it's kind of like Disney saying like Star Wars wasn't Disney. It's true, but now it is. So kind of like it's adopted.
Oh, Star Wars, Marvel, all that.
Right. But now I don't want them to come out with another Adam West because I finally got mine. So this may be $5 Anakin, maybe 1 million. We got Andreas in the house. I'll wait to see the future Wonder Woman releases. Anybody gonna wait for InArt?
No.
Nope.
I'm sure they'll do it. I'm sure it'll look great, but
There's
I do think they'll do it as well.
BVS Superman they announced. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude,
that's really good.
The angry laser face looks sick.
Yeah, they nailed that face for sure. Way better than my Hot Toys one on that.
You know what? We didn't talk about that one, so I do want to pull that one up. So let me just bring that up because I had some questions about the neutral face, the head sculpt, but man, that other one is pretty incredible, if I don't say so myself. Just see if I can bring it up.
Yeah, there was one I didn't like, and then the other head sculpt I liked, but I can't remember which one.
Yeah, let me
Look at that Cad Bane there, DLO.
Yeah, DLO.
Oh, this whole thing?
Ooh, yeah.
I just pulled it out. No big deal.
Oh, this whole thing. Anybody more excited for InArt Batman than opposed to Hot Toys?
No.
You guys like this rooted hair on this Batman?
I do. I think it looks really good.
Looks very good. Emo Batman was looking nice in that one.
Yep. I like the rooted better than the sculpted.
Yeah.
Sculpted looks kind of bad, actually, in my opinion.
Really?
It looks like,
I kind of like the sculpted.
I think it looks like little snakes coming down the front. Looks pretty.
It looks like a side in a song.
They could have put some. They could have put some depth in there. That's pretty rough.
In our sculpt is snake hair now, apparently.
Or
that's all I ever hear now. Yeah, or seaweed. Thank you. That's the other one. Snake hair or seaweed.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Oh, this looks so good.
That looks better.
Awesome. Yeah.
You can almost
really
wow. Just like see stubble, coming off of the chin and the face there. It looks really good.
Man,
reminds me like the beginning when he comes out the shadows for the first time.
Yeah.
Does, like he looks good. I'm not.
And I love the imperfections on the top where you got like the scratches and everything.
For sure.
That is awesome.
It's seen some time on the
cape. The cape's looking good too. Man.
Yeah.
Looks good.
This looks good, but I'm not interested in this Bruce Wayne figure.
Sure.
This is what I'm talking. When I say I don't like rooted for shorter hair, this is exactly what I'm talking about here. No matter how you style it, it still looks like a doll to me. So I just.
It looks like they took Harry Potter's hair and put it on him.
And just parted it.
Fun fact, he was in Harry Potter too, so go figure.
It does look like that head sculpt is amazing.
It's a good sculpt though.
Yeah, it is.
Now that
you guys are getting
that's
this,
a piece
right?
of art. I want it, but
you're getting rooted though, right?
I got sculpted. I'm a man of my word. I got this.
Yeah,
I think
I
I
want
find the
that one
sculpted
bad.
better than the rooted for Aragorn. I really do. I like the sculpted one. Plus, it saves me a few bucks there, so like I felt like it was a win-win for me. But I have him and I have good old Gandalf on pre-order.
I love the profile of this. It's
awesome looking.
You know, and I know this isn't like one of your favorite suits, Rob, and it wasn't mine either when I first kind of saw this for the movie, but it has grown on me. It's almost like
very tactical.
It's kind of new school, but like with the old school kind of heads, the cowl kind of worked in. Like it's just got some like the collar has kind of grown on me too as part of the cape. I love that the blade is his like logo. I think that's just really cool. And then the tactical part to it too is pretty cool.
See, I'm probably in the minority on this, but I thought he played a very good Batman, and a pretty, you know, from what we got of him as Bruce Wayne, I thought he did pretty good. But the movie itself was just kind of okay. I enjoyed it, but it's not one. If I want to watch Batman, that's not one I'm going to choose. You know.
Sure.
But it was okay.
More of a Batman and Robin fan.
I would maybe not Batman and Robin, but I would probably choose Batman and '89 and the Dark Knight trilogy over this for sure. If I were to sit down, and watch a Batman movie, you know,
I think what this one lacks, it's a great movie, but I think it's one of those movies one Batman movie that doesn't have any replay value to it there.
Yeah.
Unless you're super dedicated to this version of him there.
I just don't think that
it's a great plot, but the movie is super long. I mean, it was a 3-hour long Batman movie.
Yeah.
That's tough to go back and rewatch again.
Yep.
That is like even
Not for me, boys.
I know for you. I was watching Justice League, the Snyder Cut last night, just because for whatever reasons there. One of my favorite scenes of all time came out of that movie, the Flash sequence at the end when he's going back. Probably one of my favorite scenes they've ever done in the DC films there. So, but that's the thing though, that movie is like over 4.5 hours long. I did not watch 4.5 hours of Justice League. I skipped to those parts.
It's tough.
You know?
It's tough to watch that whole damn thing. Good, it's good, but it's just tough to sit down and all right, we're gonna do this.
Yep.
We got Mike Litteris in the house. What's up, dudes? What is going on, Mike? Hey, thanks for being here. Love having you on the stream and your insight in the chat. Hammer of God, I'd love to get the InArt Batman with Hot Toys Bat Cycle. Just concerned about being able to get him in riding position properly. I think that's a realistic concern that you have.
Very valid.
Because I don't know how well this thing's going to pose, but I definitely want that Bat Cycle too. And I was sold on the Hot Toys Batman, but now with this InArt one, you know, if you go with the non-deluxe or whatever, the smaller SKU number, you can get it for pretty reasonably priced, pretty close to what the Hot Toys is.
Do we have any side-by-side pictures?
Yeah, I don't on hand here, but yeah, I've seen some. To me, they look very comparable. Some color changes, obviously, little tweaks and maybe here and there, but I think they're pretty comparable. Base is going to be different. Some of it does fall on though ease of getting it, you know, and I know you can go to Spec Fiction or 1/6 kit, but at the same time, something about just being able to get it from Sideshow, I guess puts my mind at ease a little bit, you know, just getting it in the States but not to say you think it's get InArt.
Do you think it's a bigger win if whoever drops it first? Does that make sense?
I don't think so, because I still think Hot Toys has their diehards, and I think no matter what they think of the figure, they're going to go with Hot Toys, and that's perfectly fine. Everybody's got their reasons.
Yeah.
So what InArt needs to do is probably drop theirs first to get maybe a couple more sales, but
I honestly don't know.
I mean, that stuff depends, because they focus on pre-order numbers and stuff like that there too. So it's a little bit different the way they calculate compared to how we think they calculate it there. But
sure.
I think basically for InArt period, not just Batman, but anything that InArt has in their arsenal that they're thinking about releasing, they need to start getting on it though. I mean, that Joker, some poor folks are still waiting for that Joker, you know, and Hot Toys, meanwhile, they're dropping 15 figures a month release shipped, you know. So, you know, for them, I think what they built a lot of goodwill with the Joker.
Shipped, maybe.
But I think they need to put the pedal to the metal a little bit more and get some of these releases out there, because one figure every year is not going to cut it if you want to compete with a Hot Toys, regardless of what your opinions are of the company. They're at least dropping this stuff, at least 15 of these figures at least per month. So I think if they have a superior figure, we will know, and we will share it with each other, and we will try to help convince everybody else of that too. That's the one thing we're good for in the community. We will always tell you why our figure is better than somebody else's figure, you know. But end of the day, we just need to see some products in hand to really answer that question.
No, that's a good point too, and that could be why some people are more hesitant on like choosing a Batman, knowing like even if you wait for Sideshow, you're probably gonna be waiting a month after release. Whereas they told us with InArt Joker Q4 of 2022, and now we're in Q3 of 2023, and people still don't have it. Like, I don't care if you thought it was gonna be lower batch number, or you took more pre-orders and now you're just behind. Like, you know, that's on you as a business. So they definitely need to correct that, and they definitely need to start getting some of these figures out, especially if they're going head to head with Hot Toys with like the Batman, or, you know, even a Pennywise, or, you know, if you're doing Gandalf or Harry Potter, I think you have a little bit more leeway because nobody else is really making those. You know, we have Asma's Gandalf, but whatever, like, you're not going against Hot Toys. So I think with this stuff, they definitely need to make sure that it's good to go, but then also like put a little bit of a rush on it and get this stuff out, because if you're waiting that long, people aren't going to want to wait. We're a fickle bunch in this community. We don't want to wait for Module cases. We don't want to wait 2 years for Hot Toys. You know, you don't want to wait a year and a half, 2 years for InArt. So,
and the biggest thing too is us collectors, we have a short-term memory. Literally, you are hot today, and then a week from now, no one cares about that figure anymore. So you got to bring some heat InArt if you really want to compete with Hot Toys. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Oh, for sure. Graham, can you go back to the sweaty look, the wet hair?
Sure. While I'm doing that, which suit? Actually, let me go back to this question from MD.
Sure.
Do you think they'll make a Batman Returns figure? Now, do you mean InArt, or do you mean like a Hot Toys release? And whoever wants to answer, I guess either way. I would think eventually we'll get a 2.0 of the Returns. I don't know when.
I think if InArt does one, it would be 89. But not much of a difference, but
this one?
It would, yeah, that to me just looks way better than the sculpted. But I just wanted to see it one more time.
You know, with InArt too, you're going to be getting, and I guess I'm not exactly sure, but I almost see like more of a discoloration, like the weathering, like slight discolorations on the edges. I don't know if Hot Toys is going to necessarily have that, but and then they're going to be focusing on this head sculpt and the rooted hair. So we'll see. We'll see. Let me just see. I heard Batman Hot Toys version is incoming. Oh boy. Where'd you hear that from, Peyton?
Tell us now.
Tell me.
Reveal your source.
Yeah. Graham, please take the side profile of Batman off the screen for pre-order right now. I know, man. Hard to be an InArt fan if what they do is only announce less releases. Yeah.
Jazz has got a point. You can only rest on goodwill for so long, and then eventually we turn. That's how we are as collectors. Sorry. What have you done for me lately?
One figure a quarter for InArt should be achievable goal at some point. Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
That would be.
You know, we'll give you a little bit of a grace, but yeah, I mean, and I think people are a little bit hooked because of the Joker, but I still think they gotta get moving here because short-term memory, right? Go ahead, Rob.
No, I was just saying, especially starting a business, 1 quarter a figure. So you would think before they announce that they're doing this, they would have a couple figures ready and just go out with a swinging kind of thing.
Sure.
But man, 1 figure in what, a year?
Well, that was announced in March of 2022. And they said by Q4. So Pennywise was the second one. That was delayed till November-ish, I think. I think Gandalf was the third. And then Batman was short after that, I think.
And then
Yep.
yeah.
And we have
And then
Aragorn,
and then Harry Potter,
Harry
Superman.
Potter. Mhm.
So I think Pennywise and Batman were pushed off to November. I don't know about Gandalf. Do you think there's a chance they somehow back to back in November and they actually come out with all three, or do you think this is going to be still more of like a spaced out?
At this point, we can only go off the Joker. Quite honestly, everything is up in the air. We're all, the guy. I forget the guy's name. I don't even bother to look. But I mean, John. Thank you. I mean, there's always some kind of conversation of sort of answering questions, but not answering questions. So, at this stage, we'll know when everybody else knows. But I mean, I'm not prepared to make a prediction on that there, just because I don't trust that they can hit numbers, because the first one they didn't. These are still very much still cooking. So we're just gonna have to wait and see there. But yeah, I'm starting to get a little anxious with these InArt guys. I want them to start producing this stuff and showing us instead of just talking about it like a lot of collectors are.
This head sculpt is really good, even with the sculpted hair. The head sculpt is amazing.
Oh, the head sculpt
almost makes you want to get two figures if you could, and do one with the portrait, one with the cowl. But
yeah,
those would be rich man problems.
Sculpted lacks the volume, the rooted there. So as much as I don't like rooted, but the
more
volume, depth. Yeah. I mean, I remember why he looks like that. It's a staple of that movie there. Like, it's a good look for him there. But
this almost looks more HD even than like
it kind of does.
Crazy.
And again, how I feel about short root. I don't like it, but it looks.
The hair
better
looks like hair that you would see like on a $30 figure or something for the sculpted, in my opinion.
Ouch.
Jeez,
I don't think it looks
really
good.
Heck.
Everything else about this figure is like a 9 to a 10 out of 10 for me. But
$30.
This sculpted hair does not look. It looks like a plastic toy that you can. Everything else looks great though.
Well, I have it on good authority that John from InArt does watch Wolfpack Wednesday. John, if you're watching now, Brick's calling you out. He says, fix your hair. Get your ish together, pal.
Come on, man.
He is never coming on this show now.
Nah, probably doesn't really watch. But you should, John. You should.
You should, because look at we got 56 in here that
hey,
want their opinions heard too. So
shout out to you guys.
Should be coming into the show. Andrea says, I finally got my InArt Joker. Congratulations. Good job being patient. The quality is great in hand. I agree. Magnets could be better. I agree with that too.
Thank you.
So I feel more comfortable with InArt rather than before I had it. I think a lot of people that have the InArt don't need to feel pressured to get the Hot Toys one. If you want to, go ahead. But I don't think you have to. DLO, I think, also has that that same thought process, because he has the same one I do, the sculpted single pack. So to each their own, but
dude, the way they packaged that thing, I finally saw the way they packaged it over at Evil Sneakers, and that was amazing. Like, I've seen the figure at your place, Graham.
Yeah.
But I never saw the way they packaged it, and wow.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
It's good stuff.
MD20 says either the Hot Toys 2.0 or InArt doing the Batman Returns torn. If I should wait and see if they make 92, but who knows when that will happen. That's true.
The long game, my friend. Gotta play the long game.
I'm glad there's another big Returns fan here. It's the best one there.
Sorry, what?
Slow down. I mean,
Batman Returns is the best Batman movie?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Check your boy, Graham. Check your boy.
Why do I have to be like everybody else and say the Dark Knight? Come on.
You don't listen.
I have my own. I have my opinion on this.
You're very independent with your rankings and what you like, and that's good.
Yeah, nostalgia plays a big role.
Yeah,
it does.
But you can still be totally wrong. Continue.
Hold on. My opinion has the better Batman. Okay.
It's the same guy.
Nostalgia.
What do you mean the better Batman? You mean suit wise or
Michael Keaton? Oh, you guys are talking about 89 Batman.
We're talking about 89.
Miguel Keaton?
Everybody knows.
I thought we were comparing. Okay, fair enough. I thought we were comparing the Dark Knight. Got it.
Everybody knows 89 is the best one.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, Brick is making some waves. He is making some waves.
I said everything else looks great.
Okay, Payton, where is your source? Also, Peacemaker, RoboCop, and the Bat Cycle, plus I Am figure. What's the I Am?
Iron Man?
Iron Man.
Gotcha. Okay. So, Well, Peacemaker should be coming out this month, anyways. It was delayed. RoboCop should be coming out. Yeah, I mean, Batcycle. I'd be surprised though if the Batcycle came out before the Batman, but
I was thinking Batcycle more holiday.
Well, the Batpod came out before the DX19, so I mean, it's always a possibility.
there you go.
True.
There you go. All right. Well, let's just take a look at these. I mean, we're just kind of going with the flow here. Okay, Harry Potter. See, I think this looks a little off and soft. He
Really?
looks
I think it's spot on.
he looks unwell.
Hey,
Well, it's Harry Potter. He's had a rough life. He was
living
underneath
under
the
the
stairwell.
stairs.
Yeah, he's
Graham.
living on the stair.
I know
How would
that.
you
I
feel?
saw the first one now.
That's it.
Now, oh, you haven't seen them yet.
No,
Just the first one.
just the first.
Oh,
I actually don't think I saw
it'll
the
take
end.
forever.
But... So, Brick, are you getting this or are you still on the fence?
I'm on the fence now because of the money I've been spending.
It's
Let's
fair.
be honest here. I'm just saying. But I want this figure, and if I ever get a chance, I'm gonna buy him.
DLO, you in? Or are you out?
I would get an Harry Potter if it was from Prisoner of Azkaban, or however you pronounce that. Azkaban?
Dude.
Azkaban?
Azkaban, dude. If it was
Azkaban,
like
thank you.
if it was like Goblet of Fire or something, I would 100%.
Yeah, because honestly, I was a Harry Potter hater. Full disclosure, like when I was younger, when this came out, I was like, oh, this is too kiddie for me. No way.
Yeah.
And then I went on a date with a girl, and she was really into Harry Potter movies. So we saw the third one. So I saw the third one first, and I was like,
It was a little darker. Yeah.
this is pretty good. And I watched all of them ever since. I was like, yeah, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. So for me, I would go with the part 3 version or something like
Sure.
that, just when he's a little bit older, because I like those movies.
Gotcha.
I don't. Yeah. The other look is
Is
better.
this a $25 figure with the sculpted hair? Or is it still 30?
I would say about 30.
Okay.
Brick with the hot takes tonight, John. If you're watching, we'll send you an
Now
invite.
that
Come on,
is
we'll talk to you.
that's a $800 figure in my opinion. The
This
thing
is
looks
amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, it is.
See, I'm just being honest tonight, guys. You know.
This looks like
Just night.
the actual actor right here, or like an
yeah.
actual like photo. Like this is even a little bit of like a red under the eye. Obviously, all the wrinkles and the
Yeah.
detail and the spots
yeah.
on the skin. This looks
Even-
great.
Didn't even notice the red under the eye. The one thing I would. No, I'm just kidding.
This is an amazing figure right here.
Yeah, that one.
Dude,
I'm
look at
excited
that
about.
pose, man.
This almost makes me want to get it, and I'm just a casual Lord of the Rings fan. Okay, but here's what we actually were going to talk about. We just kind of made our way through here. I'm not sold on this portrait. I do see Henry Cavill, but there's something maybe in
It's
the
the
eyes.
eyes.
Yeah,
Yep.
that I don't see. I think the sculpted hair looks really good. D'Lo, you're big into this figure. I know you're probably going to get it, but how do you feel about this portrait itself?
I'm agree with you this one, Graham. I think it's a little slightly off. I don't know where. I can't quite put my finger in it. I see Henry Cavill for sure, like you do, but just something slightly off. I feel like the angry expression is really nailed, but I think I'm starting to notice that with all the companies that produce a Henry Cavill figure of some kind. I saw the third party Witcher figure that was just released recently the other day. Everybody's talking about, and I like I like the Witcher show as well too of Henry Cavill, and I was like, I might pick that up. And I had the So Toys one on pre-order right now. And I'm learning now from all these companies, like it's a lot harder to get Henry Cavill's likeness right than I thought it was. But I think if he's not making an aggressive face, it's very hard to capture. They tried to do like a very calm, relaxed, kind of almost sad kind of look to him here, but it feels like there's nothing behind those eyes there. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from there.
Yeah.
Do you think this is better than the Hot Toys version that we had, or? And I know it's tough to say, but like,
I'll put it to you like this: I'm not a fan of the Hot Toys one right now. I have the Kit Chen third-party head sculpt on them, and I have the angry face on the other Superman I have there. So it's been a while since I looked at it, but
okay.
I'm over that one. I feel like it's definitely is not aged well. It was okay when it came out, but I definitely feel like now it would be a good time to update that head sculpt. So yeah, I mean, off memory, I'd still say this is slightly better than the Hot Toys one. Not by a lot, but just enough to be like, okay, I can see a little bit more Cavill in this than I do in the Hot Toys one.
Sure.
Yeah.
And here's where it's at.
That looks great though.
Wow.
But see, this is what I'm talking about. The expression is what helps give you the effect of Henry Cavill's face in there. Like the anger, the frowns. I mean, the
brows, man.
It's good. You know, this is freaking good right here.
You can see like the veins or the just
he's powering
little
up
things, and then the red eyes. They're not like overly red or like. Well, the Hot Toys one, it's good if it's lit up, but obviously it takes batteries, so it's, you know, you're not going to see it lit up 99% of the time. So when it's not, it's almost like a red around, but then almost like a yellowish white instead of like this. You don't need lights. This just looks like he's getting ready to just destroy something.
Yep.
I think it's perfect. But look at the, you know, the pores, the kind of the dimple in the chin, just the detail on these figures is getting amazing. You know, even the neck texture is just on point. Yep. You get a little bit of like a glisten, almost looks like he's sweating just a little bit.
Could you do me a favor? Could you go back and forth for a second? I just want to compare the two faces, just kind of looking at both there. So it looks like the hairline's pretty close, maybe a little bit, maybe too close as far as on the clean one. Stop right there for a second. Yeah. So go back to the clean one. Okay. Go back to So on the clean one here, on the right hand side of the face, it looks like the hairline goes far back, just a little further back than how it looks on the angry face one there. And I think a big part of it is you're losing a lot of the detail that you're seeing with the pores that you're mentioning, the frowning on the forehead. I mean, it's a little too clean. It almost looks like he's a little bit younger in this sculpt compared to this one that he has a little bit more age and definition to him there.
Right.
So, I mean, I think that's what's throwing it off there. If they can match this and put it on the clean one, that might be the best head sculpt we've ever gotten.
No, I agree. This is going to be a good one. The whole BVS line could be amazing. This is going to be tough for me to not get. And the suit looks really good too. Just that darker suit, but still kind of classic, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brick, you a big Superman fan?
I like Superman. Will I be getting this? No. I think it looks great. I really do. I just, being honest, I don't see myself getting it. But yeah, I mean, he looks amazing.
Even the body just looks well built, like very natural,
very proportionate. Yeah.
Do you think there's going to be two options for capes? Obviously, it looks like the left one is wired, but then we have a draping, or maybe there's like plug-in. Maybe they'll give you two capes. I mean, InArt.
Maybe it's a 2-pack.
Yeah.
They like their 2-packs.
Yeah.
I don't mind the 2-pack, but don't let that be the only option.
I think to get the angry sculpt, this might be one of those things. I don't want to put into existence. I know I feel the same way as you, but it feels like a paywall waiting to happen, doesn't it? 2-pack to get the angry sculpt with the wired cape, or you'll get the standard edition, which is the clean Superman.
Right here.
It almost writes itself, but I don't want to. I don't want to say that with officially that much confidence, because I don't want them to do that.
You know what they should do with Wonder Woman is have like Wonder Woman and then a 2-pack with like her training style Wonder Woman. You know, when she was younger, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that look too.
Mike's got a tough story here, but I'm going to try to read it and get through it. He says he was dating a girl in 2003 who was obsessed with Harry Potter. She made me watch the first movie with her. My response was, "It's okay, I guess, but it's no Lord of the Rings." Okay, so it's okay, I guess, but no Lord of the Rings. We broke up 2 days later. Ouch.
Did you at least get her to watch Lord of the Rings before you guys broke up?
No, I think that was the end of that relationship.
It's probably like midway through the movie, like, I'm done.
Just do what we all do. We just like, it was the best movie ever. I could the part with the wand and the abracadabras, it was fantastic. Well, I
Cole
hope you got what you
Spaska,
wanted out of that, pal.
Capiche.
he prefers the black suit. I don't know. I like both, but
The black
I like
suit has
both, but
grown
I like
on
the
me.
classy look.
It has grown on me. I like the red and blue, but I mean that black suit, it looks awesome.
right.
Maybe it's because I just saw it last night again, so maybe I'm kind of biased there.
Does the reset of DC deter you guys from considering figures from that time period?
Not at all. Not at all.
Because I still enjoyed these movies.
So
I can
like
admit-
best.
Still history for DC. First time we
Yeah.
got the Justice League ever.
Yeah.
So
And I can admit they're not like Dark Knight standard or, Infinity War or Endgame standard, but I still enjoy them. And D-Lo and I talk about this all the time. We both feel the characters, or the people that they had play the characters on point, great. Everything was great. It's just somehow DC just manages to screw up writing or production or whatever the case may be. But I feel like they cast everybody perfectly.
nailed them,
And it just,
except Lex Luthor.
but it doesn't have to be amazing or shit. There can be movies that are good but not great. And I think a lot of these DC movies are. There are some bad, stinkers out there, but BVS, the extended cut, I like a lot. Man of Steel, I like. Wonder Woman, the first one, I like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Justice League Snyder cut, I like a lot. So I mean, there's still a lot good there and a lot of stuff that I want representation for.
Yep.
Anything
Same.
else you guys want to add, Brick?
It pushes me away a little bit to some of the characters. Wonder Woman, no. Superman, no. I would say to the other characters, yeah. I mean, Aquaman, I could see us getting a new Aquaman and that whole, I'm not going to get an Aquaman figure. Batman, 50-50. I thought Ben Affleck was great, but with so many Batmans out there to get, I'm going to get my 89, Christian Bale, I'd rather get those two first. But yeah, Superman and Wonder Woman for sure, but it does take me away from the other characters a little bit, knowing that we're going to be getting this new line, new actors, new characters. And I don't think all the movies 20 years from now, we're going to be talking about how great BVS was,
Sure. There's going to be strong opinions on both sides of
Right.
the argument on that there.
Right.
I think it's one of those things where, I mean, it depends on how you look at it there. Because, yeah, you can look at it as like, well, it's over. Who cares? Move on, right?
Sure.
Or you can look at it as like, well, now that it's over, now it's nostalgic. Now there's those folks that really, took to that or
Right.
appreciate that the first time we ever saw Batman and Superman on screen together in a movie.
Right.
That's big.
Yeah.
First time we've ever seen Wonder Woman ever on the big screen.
Yeah.
First time we've seen Cyborg, Flash. So, I mean, it wasn't perfect, but at the same time, being first does mean a little something, especially to a collector.
For sure.
So I think from that respect, it's not going to be this runaway. You're not going to see Hot Toys make like Ben Affleck's Batman or Henry Cavill's Superman forever like they do Christian Bale's Dark Knight. I mean, they've
Sure.
made one every 2 to 3 years at this. I've lost count. But I think it has a place in people's collections if they're fans of DC.
And I do think what would have made it a little different is if we did get that solo Batman movie. That would have changed a lot for me. I know that's one little thing that could have happened, but that would have changed a lot for me.
You're right. You're right.
Because it was always like he was almost a side character. Now in Justice League, he was like probably the main superhero, but he was never like the guy,
Yeah,
So
for sure.
maybe that's why.
So, Texas Finest, thanks for sending this. Sent this picture in the courtroom. So I
Wait,
think
that wasn't the figure, was it?
no,
Oh,
from the movie,
geez.
but I
I
think
wish I'd buy it today.
it might be the lighting here because
Could be.
it's very
It has to
very
be where they got it
exposed. There's
from,
no
yeah.
shadows really. So that's kind of something I notice.
I feel like I'm telling you, it's the forehead and the sides. That's what it is. Like that. Even looking at that photo there, even if it's on a different angle from this where this one's being taken there, it's definitely throwing off the likeness here. It's a little. It should be a little bit wider. It should be a little wider because it's very squared from top to bottom of his head, from forehead to his chin. Here, it's a little more sunken in. It's more defined, deeper around right here. These sections a little too much, and I think they're doing too much to try to make it look like.
Well, I think if we saw those sideburns more here, it would look more like Cavill.
I think this figure right now looks good from the side, but I think from the front, it's not all there yet. Yeah. I think that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
Wanna dap Commander Green for being in the stream.
Hey,
what is up, dude? Welcome back.
You were missed.
You were missed. But we're glad you're back. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Wait, hold on here. Mike says, "Nah, I was good after that. She wore gloves indoors. It was fucking weird." Oh, this would have been the perfect drop for Grandma's Boy. I'm just playing that scene when he's like, he's like, "You're fucking weird."
Underrated classic.
Yeah. You think they would make this a 2-pack or 2 SKUs? I for real don't want that stoic look. They're gonna do something shisty and make you buy something you don't want to buy. I just know it. But we'll see.
There hasn't been a single InArt figure that's had 1 SKU yet. Let's keep that in mind. Whether it's rooted or sculpted, there's been always at least 2 minimum.
True.
Oh, this is a good question.
We got Optical 20 in the house. My guy, Optical 20. Gotta have him back on the show very, very soon. He says, "Will Hot Toys match this with an artisan version?"
100%.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't see it. I don't see it.
I think Hot Toys is done with this, to be honest.
I can think of a handful of other characters and figures that would probably be serviced better by that new lineup than the exiting Superman at the moment. Not to say in the future.
They've done this numerous times. I don't see them doing it again. I don't know. I don't see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Ricky, you think so?
I think yeah. I mean, for sure.
For sure. Yeah, right. I got the same reaction.
No, just okay. My opinion. I think they will do it.
Doesn't make it sound any better, but okay.
Yeah. No, I don't see it. It's DC. It's not Batman. It's, like you said, a character that's kind of exiting, and they've also done it quite a bit.
Sure.
I don't. I think they got too much to worry about going into the future that they're going to do instead.
I think InArt's tackling now because they have to tackle anything WB strictly. So it's like,
maybe not artisan, but do you think we could get like a limited rooted version or something? You know, nothing like that.
You think a rooted of Superman?
I don't know. Yeah,
I think his hair is way too short to do rooted.
Sure. But I'm just saying, like, something different, like where it makes it limited. You know,
I don't see it, but
if ours is strictly rooted, I don't think this one's gonna make the list.
I think they'll let InArt just have this one. But damn, look at that. 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
let's bring this episode back up when the limited Superman is announced.
Mark it on your notes. There was episode 12 of the Wolfpack. Good old Spotcha says we'll see in a few years. He's referring to DC as the movies. Marvel was able to turn, and the characters. Marvel was able to turn nobodies into household names. It's true. Mike's with DLO on this one. The reset only makes these DCEU representations more iconic, and they came out with great figures.
Yeah,
for the most part,
figures rock. They all did. I can't think of a. Well, actually, I could. Suicide Squad, Jared Leto. I'm looking at you.
What's up, Collector Joey?
Outside of him, they were pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. What is going on, Collector Joey? Thank you for coming to the Wolfpack.
Congrats on 3,000, my friend.
Yeah,
it's big.
Congrats.
Good job, bud. Congrats. Heck yeah.
So, Evil Sneaker, I got to call him out here. He hasn't seen 1989 Batman, but at least he's seen Grandma's Boy, so I'll give him that one.
Someone is getting off my friends list. Just
he's not gonna.
I feel like everybody has that movie that everyone's shocked that you haven't seen. Like mine's Indiana Jones. You know,
like The Godfather for me. Haven't seen it.
Yeah. Wow. And
See?
then Graham's
how quickly you
Harry
judge me?
Potter. and Rocky, right? You haven't seen
Oh,
Rocky
I've seen
yet?
most of Harry Potter now, but
Oh,
I
okay.
think
Okay.
I've maybe seen Rocky a long time ago, but
Yeah.
not entirely where I could just remember what happened or anything.
Sure.
For you, Rob, for you comparing me, mine would be Hacksaw Ridge. That you keep every time we have a conversation.
Oh,
You
dude,
really got to
that
see that
movie
movie.
is so
I'm like,
good.
yeah, sure, okay. He's like, you see that? Yeah. Nope.
Okay, I love Amazing Spider-Man 2, unlike everybody else, but I love it.
I like that movie.
Garfield's best movie he's ever done is Hacksaw Ridge, 100%.
Which one? For who?
Garfield, his best movie he's done is Hacksaw Ridge.
That
Such
is a good movie. That was one that flew underneath the radar for me, and I saw it one day on TV. I was like, wow, this is actually really good.
Speaking of hot takes, Optical says Hot Toys will do 2-pack Superman and Clark Kent.
I would love that. I welcome that.
Yeah, I'm for it.
I never understood, to me, aside from what they did it with the 92 2-pack for Batman and with the Michael Keaton one, which I love that. It's one of my favorites in my collection there. I would love for them to do that again for Ben Affleck. I would love for them to do that. Even with Christian Bale, again, I don't care. Maybe do it with the Batman Begins and get it right this time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, those are, I feel like when you talk about like Clark Kent, excuse me, and Bruce Wayne, they're almost as important as Superman and Batman is. And why we haven't seen more 2-packs of that is beyond me. But whatever.
Can we get a Spider-Man and Peter Parker 2-pack? Sorry, but I want that.
For you Marvel guys, yes. I hope you guys.
Yeah, I mean, let's get a Marvel 2-pack in here. Come on.
But isn't there like an Iron Man 2-pack with Tony?
I was thinking, maybe Tony,
like
but it's kind of right because he's like suiting up or something. But
yeah,
I guess that
Mark it on your calendar. Episode 12. You sneaker. This is my villain origin story.
Oh, and Joey's kind of adding a little fuel to the fire too. Evil Sneaker hasn't seen Logan. What?
Wow.
Come on.
It's always the people closest to you.
And
Let's
he
call
has
everybody out here tonight. Come on.
He also
Call
has
people
not
out.
seen The Watchmen, which was a shock. So,
Uh-oh.
Sneaker, you have
Watchmen?
a movie theater in your basement.
Yeah,
Watch
man,
these movies.
Okay, Spotchka's calling himself
before
out
my
here.
time out to go. Oh, this guy
Hasn't seen the Goonies. I haven't seen Scarface, so I'll admit that one. But the
Wow.
Goonies, that's incredible. I could
You
see
haven't seen
Godfather and
Scarface?
Rocky, but
Man,
They play Rocky like on every channel every day across the world. You're telling me you've never seen Rocky? That one, not even one. There's like 7 or 8 of those things. Not
City
one.
Rider. Okay, we're being
Ignores
honest here
your
in the
question.
chat here. I
Hey,
never
this is
saw
like
Back to the
we're all
Future.
sharing tonight. Okay, great. I'm just waiting for people. I never really pre-ordered it. And I said I would. Like I'm waiting for people to start
Some
throwing those
people
out
are
there.
like, everybody tells them they got to go watch this movie, so they're just like, I don't want to see it even more. You know, like I could see people
Sure.
being like that too.
Sure.
Where
Yeah.
I hear you there. What's BTTF? What is
Back
that?
to the Future.
Oh,
Part
dang.
2.
Wow. Godfather's good. I wasn't a huge fan of the sequels, but the first one's classic, in my opinion.
It's a 3-hour movie. I don't, it's going to take me like 3 or 4 watchings because I'm going to fall asleep. And it's not because it's bad. It's just I get sleepy when I watch movies.
Do you ever watch The Sopranos?
Sopranos? You know what? Didn't watch
No?
The Sopranos. No.
I started watching that.
I love mobster
Pretty
movies like Martin Scorsese movies like Goodfellas,
Mhm.
Casino, classics. But
Oh, dude, Casino's good.
they're good, man. But like, yeah, I don't know. I think when Sopranos came out, I was like trying to hook up with babes. So
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't watching much TV. D-Lo was on the prowl. He didn't have time for no stinging HBO show.
On that note, what do you guys want to talk about next? We have the waitlisting. We got figures that should be sold out that aren't. What was the main determination of you buying a figure or not? What sticks out to you guys?
I feel like being judgy tonight. Let's figure out why people are not buying certain figures and why they're not sold out yet.
Let's do it. Yeah, this is a very judging episode. Let's keep it going. This is fun.
But we're even judging our inner selves, and
We're inner feels.
that's fine. We're just holding each other accountable. I
He
think
hasn't
there's
seen
nothing
Harry
wrong
Potter. I
with
haven't
that.
seen Goodfellas. What's up? Fight me. I don't care.
So
Godfather.
figures that should be sold out but aren't. So we're just taking this obviously from Sideshow because it is the official Hot Toys distributor of the United States. And we've got some figures here that have been here a short time. We've got some figures that have been here a long time, almost as long as we've been collecting. When I say we, I mean me. And I'm going to start with one figure that should be sold out, but isn't. This could be because the figure is so awesome. This could be for why I'm going to pick this figure here, which is Captain Marvel. From the first Captain Marvel movie is still sitting here, guys. This came out. This released 2+ years ago, and it's still in stock at Sideshow. This thing, I'm surprised it's not on. Still has the free shipping, but it's usually 15-20% off, like constantly. They're just trying. Was this the one they were giving away, or was that the second one?
No, it's this one.
They just did that deal that they were giving this away with a purchase of a certain amount. This is a figure that should be sold out, and it's not necessarily because it's such a great figure. This is just one I'm kind of poking fun at, saying that it's been here so long, it's time to go. How many figures do they have of this Captain Marvel that it's still sitting here? I don't know. So I'm going to start with that one. Brick, do you want to go next? What's a figure? Did you have any, or do you want me to scroll through? Look at this. I mean, this.
How could that one not be sold out?
Snow Speeder Luke there is pretty shocking.
Actually, when did he's been out for
it's been over a year now.
Yeah. I mean,
he was my figure of the year last year.
For a while, a lot of people, I'm going to go with the integrated Spider-Man, though. And the reason I'll go with that is I have him. He's the latest Tom Holland figure that we have. It's taken a while for red and blue suit. I don't know if people are waiting for that. But the diorama base, whether you get the deluxe or, the collector edition, I mean, No Way Home was a huge hit, right? And everybody's wanting Andrew Garfield and the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man coming out. And this is the one that really goes with them in that scene. And it seems to still be there. So I like the figure a lot. I know it's not, it's posable, but you got to worry about the suit and everything like that. But man, the head sculpts are, the head sculpt is great. Everything looks good. This should be sold out. And then the diorama base, the way you can bend the Doc Ock's tentacles or whatever. And it's got, the Green Goblin stuff on there. The what are they? The pumpkin bombs. Just looks really, really good. When you see it in person, man.
Looks cool. Yeah. That's a good one.
That was literally like the biggest, the biggest Marvel movie we've seen in the last 2 years, probably, right?
It's probably still the
maybe
best.
Guardians 3.
Yeah. You're onto something there. Really quick before DLO goes, I gotta catch up here with a couple people. We got Night Sight 77 here, 2-pack of Christopher Reeve Superman, Clark Kent. Yeah, another.
You get one of those.
Absolutely. People are manifesting it into existence here. We have Hawk Wars Toys in the house.
What's up?
Ray himself. What is going on? Dabbing this man here. Thank you for stopping in. If you guys need any figures, you can find Hawk Wars Toys on eBay. Has a lot of good figures up for sale. You can find them even on the BST page. So, just hit him up if you need a figure. Tell him I sent you, and maybe he'll give me a cool deal.
And he ships out. He ships out quick.
Yeah,
which is
usually
awesome.
same day.
Fast.
Yeah,
fast.
Yeah. He goes same day. I get it the next day because I'm, a state away. But man, it's quick, and he gives some good deals.
That's right.
So I might talk about one of those figures later on in the show if we talk about, our figures here.
Evil Sneaker says Snow Speeder Luke, that should be sold out. Yeah, I remember a lot of people like Brick said too. He thinks this one should be sold out too. And a lot of people were hyped for this coming out. And this took a while to come. If I remember correctly, it was on pre-order for quite a bit. And then it finally came, and I thought everybody was like jumping for it, but still sits.
It's super
Some
surprising.
of these, they just make too many.
Well, here's the thing about that one. This one has a very special story because before this was announced, the Sideshow version of this was extremely sought after. And Sideshow is not known to have the best figures, but people didn't care because they wanted this look for Luke. That figure from Sideshow at one point was over $1,000 for a Sideshow figure. Over $1,000 for that there. This is the same company that made General Grievous that can't stand up on his own. but yet that was so sought after. People were paying top dollar for it. And then when the Hot Toys announced it, everybody's like, this is it. I absolutely need this figure. And then it might be a combination of being overproduced or something else caught everybody's attention. Who knows what it is? I'm sure it's a little bit of both. But this one is criminally underrated here. And in fact, it's gone on discount. This is actually one of the rare figures that I was so excited about. I actually put in a pre-order. And you guys know I do not pre-order. And I don't do it.
Shocking.
I wanted this so badly. And even though I've seen it for less since I bought it, I don't care because the figure is fantastic.
I love this figure.
For the world. It's perfect. For me, this is the best Luke we've gotten so far, up until I will get a Bestman Luke and I'll judge, like Graham keeps telling me it's so good. But for now, this is still my top Luke Skywalker.
Was he your last pre-order?
Actually, now that mention, I think he was. Because I don't pre-order, so I put it in like maybe a week after it was announced, that it was released, and then I think like a month later I got it. But yeah,
and it's 40-year anniversary. You think that would have
enough
to get people to just jump on
Empire Strikes Back. I mean, it has everything going for it that screams like I gotta have it as a Star Wars fan, but yet we're still here, and it's been discounted multiple times. So it's just like, wow. I mean, I'm very surprised about this one here, but it sounds like a lot of people in the chat are too.
Yeah.
Optical says, I have a feeling Endgame Captain Marvel will be free on Sideshow soon. Damn near was for a bit, but actually something too with this. I feel like I was able to make my figure look even better because I had him with the gloves on and everything. But when you take the gloves off, it's weird how much of a different look you get with this Luke. I don't know, something about it. So I got him holding the helmet and the lightsaber, but I went gloves off. I just thought he looked cooler. Just a simple little change, but it's a good one.
You guys are making me want to buy it.
It's worth it.
It's a good one. Somebody mentioned DLO, is that the one you were going with?
No, I was going to go with something else.
Go ahead.
All right. We're going to stick with Star Wars, and we're going to stick with Empire Strikes Back. Why is Lando still there? Guys, I mean, I don't get this one. Right? He's not the most exciting figure, I will admit there. Right? He doesn't come with the most accessories. But this is an iconic OG character. When after you think of, Luke, Leia, Han, and Chewie, right? I think you rank Lando right after them. Then C3 or R2 a bit. Again, everybody's order is gonna be different, but I feel like he's that vital of a character that, like, when he came out, finally we had one Lando. I thought this guy would sell out like hotcakes here, but he is heavily, heavily discounted. And I'm like, people need to jump on this here because, I mean, this is my favorite look for Lando. I like the cool, suave, space gambler kind of style he's got going on there in Cloud City. And I just feel like, what he did in that movie, that was a big deal. It made a big difference for everybody in the movie, the rebellion, Luke losing. I mean, if you really want to dive deep into and analyze Empire Strikes Back, Lando was an asshole who really screwed over everybody in that movie. And I don't know if everybody agrees with that and they don't want him because they hate what happened to everybody, but for me, it's just like, he's a pivotal character. If you're an OG collector of Star Wars, this is a must character to have. And the fact you can get it at a discount, it's like, what are we doing, guys?
2 days ago? He was like 20 or 30% off.
That's right. I think it was under $200.
Like, and I got to call somebody out again because Evil Sneaker's the Star Wars king, and he still needs this Lando.
Wow.
For shame,
dude. He's buying it by tomorrow.
Troopers, but you won't get a Lando. Come on now.
Did you guys hear? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go.
Oh, did you guys hear Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, the guy that played Lando in the Solo movie? He got with his brother and wrote a script and showed it to what's his name? Favre, or what's his name? The dude
Favreau?
Favreau. Yeah. And it sounds like they might be getting a miniseries for him. So
wow.
We'll see.
We'll see about that.
Jazzy says, gun to your head, you can only pick one IP. What would it be? D-Lo, go.
DC.
Brick, go.
Marvel. Marvel.
I think I'm going Star Wars. As hard as that is to say, I don't know. I can't pick.
You would.
I'll probably wind up dying because I couldn't pick. Yeah.
You're a hardcore DC guy, but
I am hardcore DC, and then you think about like the vehicles and stuff. I just think about Star Wars though as a whole, to collect, and I feel like there's more maybe there.
Sure.
I think that's the exact reason why I didn't pick it for mine, because I feel like DC is way more attainable, and I can get more figures and complete more. Star Wars is very overwhelming. That's true. I'm still struggling today with Star Wars, so. But I got every DC figure, baby. Let's go.
Mike says DeLorean is on Sideshow Seconds now if anybody needs one. So get a damaged box, get 15% off. 15%? Yeah, I think it's 15.
Dang.
But yeah, Hawkworth says the reason why Lando and a lot of these are still here is from the overstock of 2021.
And now we're seeing them change up their whole way of business.
You better not leave. Hey. We got 1-6 Fix in the house. What is going on, Marco? Thank you for stopping in. We're just talking about figures that aren't sold out on Sideshow, but they really should be. We got Local Lou in the house. What is going on, Local Lou?
Hey.
Dab this man for stopping
What's
in.
popping?
Do appreciate you. What's going on? Rob, he's a big turtle fan. I want you to show him what you're drinking out of.
Oh, of course. Getting ready for the movie?
Look at that. There you go. Little turtle action for you. Okay,
you can take me off the big screen.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. We got Jordan Skinner. What's going on? Sideshow and Hot Toy Salesman hard at work right now. Yeah,
you know it, man. Trying to get that commission money.
That's right. We got the Hot Toys Nightmare. Hey, everybody, what is going on? Appreciate it. Yeah, hit that like button. We got 70 in the house right now. Appreciate each and every one of you being here. Love Local Lou's picture there too. Looks like he's having a ball. So what's going on, everybody? Yeah, so I want to go with another one here. And mine's going to be, and somebody else mentioned it in the chat here, but it's going to be the 85 Iron Man Battle Damaged. Iconic moment in Endgame. A great suit. Everybody loves Battle Damage. Great head sculpt as well. One of the better Tony Stark head sculpts. This thing's been... And most Iron Man figures do take a while to sell out, but this one's been in stock for, it's got to be approaching a year and a half, over a year.
Easily over a year.
Yeah.
And I actually changed up my pose. I don't know if you'd be able to see it, but I put the helmet back on and have him in a standing action pose. So, it doesn't have to be just the,
finger snap
right here. Yeah, the finger snap on his knees type of thing. You can still do a lot with this figure. And it's a really good one too. So this surprises me a little bit just because it's like the last Iron Man. It's the iconic one. But I also get it because they made a lot and Iron Man usually sits in the States. So
yeah.
It's tough. I think the fact that Hot Toys kept making Iron Man after the last appearance of Iron Man has not helped them at all. So,
no,
I agree. If you guys are looking for a good one, this is it.
Yeah. Something that's a meaningful Iron Man. Specifically meaningful. That's a great one to have.
All right. Brick, you got one more?
I do, but I don't know if I want to say it. So I'm going to let DLO say it since he brought it up before the show.
I did?
I know he wants to. Yeah. Yeah.
I did. Okay.
You don't remember? I'll go ahead and say
I remember. No, I remember what I said, but just in case like Graham doesn't remember, why don't you tell us what I said?
Miles Morales, Into the Spider-Verse.
Hey, there he goes.
Yeah, I know I'm sticking with Spider-Man here, but man, come on, this has been out for a while.
We know you. It's okay.
And the classic look, I mean, the movie was a banger. This figure, it was a lot of people's figure of the year. And I mean, the things that you can do with him, the posability, the head
outfit choice,
everything just was so good with this figure, and he's still there. And they're coming out with a second one, and here this one's still sitting on Sideshow. It's crazy.
It is.
Especially since, I mean, you went through the movie. You'd think a lot of people would buy this because of the movie. Want to get that classic look.
What's crazy for me is when I see this particular picture like the song pops in my head. Like that's how
Yeah.
iconic it is. You know what I mean? Like
I gotta change it to that.
Every time I see that scene, I still get goosebumps watching that movie there. Like that's such a good scene there. But to this one here, it's tough because you know what it is. Like for me, I want this figure. I still haven't gotten this figure. And the reason why I haven't got it is not because I don't love it. In contrary, I love it so much. But for me, I have so many realistic looking characters, and this one's animation. And it feels weird because it doesn't quite, I don't want to say belong. That's not the right word. But it kind of messes up the feng shui of my collection there.
But D-Lo, here's the thing. If you were to use this head sculpt, then sure. But if you put his Spidey, you know, his mask on, it's gonna fit in nice. It really will.
You're right.
So and
just do it.
He's awesome, man. Best Spider-Man I got for sure.
Yeah.
D-Lo, you got one more?
I got a couple more if we need them, but yeah, we can go. I'm gonna go DC this time. I'm gonna go DC here. How about that 2-pack with Batman and Superman from Snyder cut there, Justice League?
Wow.
Give some DC love here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you guys know we're DC fans. You know, I'm obviously a DC fan. Graham apparently is a Star Wars fan, but that's another story for another day. Unbelievable. But all the same, yeah, I mean, they pretty much, someone just mentioned the word Grail in the comments, and we can touch on that a little bit there. That one. But this, I mean, what's inside this 2-pack was considered a certified Batman Grail with the Nightmare Batman. And this was a second opportunity. And I was very pleasantly surprised that they didn't just phone it in there at Hot Toys and just gave us a straight up reissue of the old one. They updated stuff on it. The body's a lot better because I had the original one time as well. And like they really made it worth your money for that there. And then on top of that, you know, you got another Superman, an exclusive Superman. And the only way you can get the Superman is by getting this 2-pack there. So I was a bit surprised that, you know, I mean, I knew it was going to take a little while because not everybody loves Justice League and not everybody may love this version of Batman and Superman. But I don't know. It just feels like at this stage, because it's been out for over a year and a half too now, I think, more or less.
It's been a while.
And it's been discounted, great prices for it there. I think it's free shipping too. I don't know. I don't remember, but
it is right now. Yep.
Right. So, I mean, it's just like, it's such a good representation of this time frame of DC. Yeah. If you didn't want to go down the rabbit hole buying every DC figure, these two figures can pretty much sum up the DCEU in two figures for you if you didn't want to get everything. So
that's true.
It's interesting, but I mean, obviously there's so much to choose from that I'm sure there's other reasons besides that there, but like, yeah, this would be another pick of mine here, the 2-pack. And
I feel like all this did was kill the Nightmare Batman Grail status.
Right.
Like it's just sitting here and that's all it did. And everybody wanted that Nightmare Batman, and yet here it sits. And I don't know if it's because it's the 2-pack or you know what. Again, maybe they made just a ton, but I don't know. A lot of people wanted them parted out. They just wanted the black suit Batman, or they just wanted the Nightmare Batman. That's black suit Superman or the Nightmare Batman. So, yeah. Brick, any feedback on this one? This is one you should get.
I was gonna say that.
'Cause you want the Nightmare Batman,
dude. I think he's the best looking, at least best looking Ben Affleck Batman for sure, 100%. Yeah, but do I want to get the 2-pack and spend the money while trying to catch up with some of these Marvel figures? I don't know. But man, if I were to get a Batman and Superman, this one right here, probably would have bought it by now if it came with the red and blue suit. But
interesting.
Yeah, because I don't have the classy one. You know, if I can only have one Superman, I'd go with the classy look.
Unfortunately for me, my Superman's going to be in the float pose for the rest of eternity since I snapped his ankle when I was just trying to just give it a little, and then it just went kink, and I was like, okay. I don't think it just pulled out of the peg either. I think it actually snapped. So he will float forever.
That sucks.
Yeah, I do have the Justice League one that, you know, he's in more of like a standing pose. So, but I don't ever plan on getting rid of him, so it's okay, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. And there's plenty more. figures that probably should be sold out that aren't. But I want to.
DLO, real quick, DLO has that Joker, Nightmare Joker custom, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dude, that looks so sick. With you did? You don't have them anymore?
No, I still have them. Of course I do.
Oh, I thought you said I did. I'm like, what?
I did. I did say I did, didn't I? I do have them.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I confused. That's on me. I should have said I do.
So
Get into statues.
Homie One Kenobi is are figures losing the value of Grail? I think yes and no. I think, and maybe we'll get into this as the next topic here. I don't know. I don't know if we'll have time anymore, but I think they were, and I think they're trying to correct the market. And with all of these figures going waitlist so soon, I think you're going to start to see maybe Grails come back. However, on the flip side of that, there's going to be more and more 2.0s or reissues and stuff like that. So yes and no, I guess, if that makes sense. But what do you guys think on this subject?
I'm curious, Brick, you go on this one first, bud.
I think yes. Other than saying exactly what Graham said, I think that it takes longer for a figure to be a Grail than we would like it to be, right? And when you're still seeing these figures on Sideshow like we've been talking about, no way it's going to be a Grail. So you just got to give it time, for one, and that's what I've learned from you guys. And I think too, when they're making 100 different Iron Mans and all that kind of stuff, it's harder to have a Grail too, which is why I think personally that the Miles from Into the Spider-Verse will one day, even if it's 5 years down the road, will be a Grail, because that when they went to the second movie, a whole different look. So everyone's going to want that look. So if you want to get it now, because that's my hot take for the night out of 10.
So I would just say, just because some of these figures are taking longer to sell out, they could still become Grail status eventually. I think it's less likely with the 2021 batch of figures that we got, because they did make so many, because there's just the 2020 overflow of collectors, so they started making a lot more. But we've seen things a lot where, like Mime Joker, for example, was kind of before my time, but that thing sat. Nobody wanted it. It was on sale, free shipping. And I would say, I don't know if it's Grail status, but I think it's well sought after now, and the price is definitely reflecting that on the secondary market. I think there's other figures too, like if I remember correctly, DLO, correct me on this if I'm wrong, Darkseid Anakin wasn't the hottest selling figure when it was in stock, but now $600-700. So it's interesting, because you're just never sure of who's going to have that regret when it finally does sell out, and then all of a sudden they can't get it. So it's an interesting topic for sure to talk about. But
Sure.
DLO, before you go, Breda says waitlist and Sideshow doesn't mean much. There's a lot of stock over here. Obviously, he's on the other end of the world, and things are a little bit different there. I will say a lot of the stuff, though, that I've seen going waitlisted has been harder to find. Obviously, some companies or stores still do have it, but I've even noticed it's still just a little bit harder to find some of these figures. Like even the Bespin Luke, like my local comic book store is kind of getting wind that it's waitlisted, so they up the DX to like $450. So it's just like, damn. So yeah, take it with a grain of salt with Sideshow. Obviously, there's other routes to buy things, but I still think it means something. But go ahead, DLO.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm kind of with Graham and Brick with this here too. I think when it comes down to it, this is at the time of when we were collecting, when we called figures Grails, there was an unwritten kind of like understanding between collectors and hot toys that these figures were limited, they were exclusive, they were top quality and all that. And in fairness, hot toys never told us they were Grails. They never told us that they were going to be Grails, that they weren't ever going to reissue these things here. So when we started getting our first batch of like 2.0s and re-releases of certain things here, it was definitely a shock to the system for a lot of us here, because for a while the the hobby was able to fund the hobby, and people were able to, make decisions kind of on the whim, focus on FOMO, and if they didn't like it, they can get out of it. They can get their money back and sell it to the next guy who didn't make it before pre-order, right? But now this is the new wave of hot toys here, and I think they're starting to understand their collector base a little bit more when they tried to go a little too hard. And we had a wave of collectors who came into the hobby and had things like stimulus money and extra to kind of go around COVID. Everyone was stuck at home, so we're just buying stuff. And I think they took that market swing and thought that, okay, this is going to be the new norm for us, so we better produce more. But now here we are, we're talking about figures that should be waitlisted or not. So great segue to what we were covering tonight to answer this question and say, hey, they realized maybe there wasn't as many collectors as we thought they were out there, or maybe collectors
temporary.
Temporary. We've had a lot of in and out collecting here there, but a lot of people are still here to stay, which is great. I'm happy to see the community still grow. But yeah, I think Hot Toys is starting to recognize that. I think we are slowly getting back to more reasonable numbers for these figures. It's going to take time, guys. I mean, this is an economy just like our regular real world economy is here. In this economy here, we have too much of stuff and not enough people to buy them. So now we need to, well, not us, but Hot Toys and everybody else, they need to produce less to get more people to buy and to more people to keep their figures here. Because if we're not keeping our figures, these figures are worthless to us and to the next person too. So I don't think we'll ever be Grails again. I think we've learned a hard lesson as collectors that there's no such thing truly as a Grail, because unless there's going to be a number on it, unless it's going to be limited, unless it's going to be 1,500 Rooted Wonder Women out there, there's never anything promised us saying that it will never be done again in the future. Right. So my advice for anybody that's thinking Grail, get that word out of your vocabulary for now until we can show proof that things are selling above that. But I will say, just stay in your lane. Be very smart about what you're buying. You're not buying it because everybody else is buying it. You're buying it because you want it. And that you can never say that it may not be a Grail to everybody, but you can always have your own personal Grail. And that's a figure that's important to you. And that's the important thing to remember with that stuff. Yeah. You can have as many personal Grails as you want. Right. It doesn't have to be Grail to everybody, if that makes sense.
Yep. Very well said. Very well said. So kind of being on that subject, do you think, and I know Sideshow is different than Hot Toys, but do you think either they both are, or at least, I think we at least know Sideshow is they're trying to correct the market. They're all this stuff is sitting in their warehouse forever. They've had BOGO, they've had 30% off figures, which back when I started collecting, you were lucky if you saw 10%. Free shipping. Now, Captain Marvel will give a review for free if you spend this much money. Do you think they're correcting the market and getting back to normal with these smaller batches where there will be more sought after figures and they're trying to get people to pre-order? Or what do you think is going on with Sideshow and all these waitlisting? And a lot of them, it's kind of before they're even coming out. Do you think they're going to get another wave of stock? And again, this is just speculation. This is just three guys in the hobby speculating, just kind of spitballing stuff. So what do you guys think? We got just a lot of stuff's going waitlist. So
yeah, I think there could always be another wave. I'm not going to take that out of possibilities, but by seeing that, I think they're limiting their first wave, knowing that it's sold out, so they're not wasting so much money on producing. And then they do, let's say, instead of doing, 10,000 figures at once, they're doing 5,000, and then they'll do the next 5,000 that they know that sold out. And yeah, so I think there could be a second wave, but I think they're also making it to where it is somewhat limited, not necessarily for the collector. I think it's more for them so that they can move on to the next figure. They can, not waste money. And does that answer the question? I feel like I'm going
so. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
sure.
So yeah.
No, I definitely think they're trying to correct something.
Sure.
They're sitting on all the stock, so yeah.
And I think as a company too, you want collectors to see your your figure as something that is like a treasure. You know, it's not just something you can buy anytime you want. At least that would be me if it was my business.
Sure.
So yes, you want people to have the opportunity to buy it for a limited time, right? So everybody can buy it for a limited time. So
well said. Yeah, I think that's why they're coming out with a lot of these numbered batches, because they want you to pre-order. They don't want it to sit there. This is an easy way for them to make money. But DLO, what's your insight on this?
Yeah, I really liked what Brick had to say about that there. I think that's spot on. And I think part of it there is, I think as a company, I think Hot Toys understands that, you know, they pushed harder than they probably should have, because they took those numbers and, you know, said, well, hey, this is a Grail right now. People are buying this for X amount on eBay. Why are we not making this here? Let's go ahead and reissue it. But fun fact, every reissue that's come out, specifically talking about Iron Man, for example, like ones like the 46 and the 47 that were released, or the Iron Man Mark V, any of those you can think of there that were, if you've been around, they were high value for a while there. I mean, it tanked their value, and the additional ones sat and still are sitting there today. So I think that was a big, hard lesson to learn. And I think what they're realizing now is that they cannot financially afford to do that again. Like, full disclosure, they cannot continue to produce figures at the numbers that we're producing them at and expect to still be in business if they're not selling and they're sitting there discounted, regardless of how many orders Sideshow places or not. That's not going to be enough to be sustainable. So they have to correct it, not because they want to, because it is a question of being in business or not being in business. At the end of the day, you can't continue to do something if it's not working and it's not making you money. So for them, begrudgingly, I think this is the way to get back on track here. Hey, we're going to give you what you guys like about these new InArt guys. We hear you. We're listening. You want rooted? Guess what? We're back in the rooted game, baby. Now it's 1,500, these bad boys. Get it or you don't, right? You know, Anakin. Yeah, we know everybody loves Anakin, but guess what? You're only going to get 4,000. Take it or leave it. And it's not going to be all like that. There's going to be plenty to go around for everybody. I don't want anybody to hit the panic button, but they're trying to remind us here that, hey, these are still limited. There still are exclusives out there, and we're going to continue to produce those. But, you know, we need to get you guys pre-ordering again in order for us to sustain our business plan here. So
sure.
At the end of all this here, I mean, Brick's spot on right now. I mean, I think it's one of those things where, like, it's gonna take a while to get us back to pre-ordering, because there's a lot of trust that's not there, especially on the Sideshow side. When it comes to, you know, a lot of these figures that are still in stock right now, one of the big problems, the big reasons that a lot of people seem to forget is that a lot of it was not Hot Toys' fault. A lot of it was Sideshow's fault, because most of us in North America, we pre-order from Sideshow. Most of us, I say, not all. And a lot of times I can remember some of these figures, like I don't want to say a Captain Marvel, but like an Iron Man or a Mandalorian of some kind, low stock warning. Oh, it's blue screen, guys. And you know, you got customers to buy in on that, and they did, and then it never actually sold out. And then maybe a couple weeks later, now it's discounted. So, like, what the hell? You told me it was going to be sold out. Now it's not. Pennywise has come back so many times. I mean, Hellboy was there at some point. There's a lot of figures that kind of meet that criteria. I mean, Mando, the original, not Durasteel. Which one? No, it's not Durasteel. What's the other? Chrome Mando. But it was not called Beskar. Thank you. Beskar.
Yeah. Thank you.
Like, thank you to myself, because you guys are useless. Are useless, I say. I'm dying on air here. And you're like, But anyway. Beskar Mando, he even went blue screen at one time. And then, you know, we all know how that turned out for a lot of collectors. Chrome was announced and all kinds of good stuff has happened. So
yeah,
there's a lot of hesitation because we just don't know as much as we'd like to know about these figures. They're not limited. They're not numbered. So, you know, every figure we buy, we don't know how many they're going to produce, or if it's ever going to go on discount. So pre-ordering needs to come back in order for this to survive, in a nutshell.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we'll ever get to Grail status, but I think we'll get back to pre-order status eventually.
Execute order 66.
Yeah, we got 66 in the house right now, so
I have a quick question. Do you guys know this answer? Does Hot Toys give Sideshow these figures to sell, or does Sideshow have to buy these figures for a discounted price like a normal store would and then sell them? Because could this be Sideshow buying less figures or Hot Toys making less figures, or both? You know what I mean? Like, does it have something to do with that? You
I think it's
like Sideshow's like, I have all this stuff sitting,
less,
don't give me this.
Because like Hawk says here, it's not a Hot Toys thing or a Sideshow thing. It's both. Sideshow needed to rent out a second warehouse with the post-COVID overproduction. Plus, there didn't need to be non-important main characters. So I think Sideshow is drowning in figures right now, and they need to make a change. So I think they're definitely however that works financially, they're definitely having less figures come in. Because you are seeing some of these figures still in Big Bad Toy Store or, whatever other website that you guys use. But I do think he's got a good point, though. Like, they're going hard on, like, side characters and stuff, which
a lot of
people like.
A lot of clone troopers with no head sculpts. And, now we have a special chrome version of this trooper that we have. So it's, you're right. There's a lot of secondary ones.
Not to say there's anything wrong with him or anything, but like, Casca Reeves, we saw her very little bit. Like, I'm just saying, like, these are just ones popping into my head, but even Marvel,
Kate Bishop, not out yet, but
I mean,
but I think for me, I think it's more like a Star Wars situation more than the other IPs that they have here, because Star Wars is so easy. You can make a bounty hunter with no head sculpt. You can make a stormtrooper with no head sculpt. A lot of those characters with a paint job that looks exactly like Commander Cody, but they call him Captain Vaughn. I mean, there's so many examples that are out there right now that are easy to produce, simple to make, and cost effective for Hot Toys. And it's just like, we don't need all of those figures, at least not all at once. Because that's the other thing too. I think there would be a place for all these figures in the market if we didn't have so many other figures that are being pre-ordered and announced every single day. So you're overwhelming us with pre-orders, so we can't even get to those secondary characters. They're going to sit because we have to prioritize, because there's only so much money that we can put into the hobby every single year, and you're killing us on that end of it too. So there's a lot of things going on with that. No, that's fine. I was just going to say that, I mean, there's a lot of factors to this stuff.
Yeah. Commander Crook says, when I started collecting back in 2008, if you didn't pre-order, you didn't get it without paying almost double. That started to shift when I came in 2020. But that was kind of my mindset when I first started collecting, and then all of a sudden it just changed. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I mean, Yelena, IG-11, great figures, but as a character, it's like almost like, do we need them? I don't know.
Do we need them now? Is the question. The answer is yes, we need them all, but do we need them all now?
Or would you rather have some of these side characters and less variants? White suit Black Widow, Endgame Black Widow, Black suit from the Solo movie. Like,
I would personally like the side characters more than the variants, but
Sure.
And that's totally warranted.
I mean, a couple variants are fine, but like
sure,
20 variants, you know.
And keep in mind too, the side characters, as far as for at least for Hot Toys speaking, that's where the big money was on the resale. It was the lower produced, less desired figures that were the ones that were the Grail, right? It was never your favorite superhero. It was the guy who did that one thing in that one scene. He's the Grail, you know. So it's just
not even side characters, but like main characters, like Morbius, for example. When the movie did pretty bad, and you're making, you have this figure coming out, but I guess he's waitlisted, so I guess I'm wrong there, but yeah.
Do you guys want to?
I hate that movie. For the record,
I do too, and I love Jared Leto, so it was disappointing.
I hate that man too, specifically. He's a bad joker.
I'm gonna let DLO off the leash on this one here. He's people need to stop putting them up for retail day one of release, finding out they made a mistake. Flooding the market is killing the value of these pieces.
Ooh, can we pin this to the top for everybody to read this here? That's
you
a big
wrong.
one. TX Boy 210. Congratulations, dude. You are the comment of the week. A new thing we just did right now off the top of my head. Congratulations to you, my friend, being the first ever to be inducted into that prestigious class.
I don't think I have anything to camaraderie you with as a video. So,
guys got the 210 area code. Is that it? I like the name.
Either way, no, listen, this is very true of us as collectors, and it's not our fault, and it is our fault at the same time. Okay, like this is what Hot Toys was basically, you know, teaching us to do. We're gonna be making all these figures. We want you to buy them all. We're gonna make plenty for everybody, and now we're in a market where everybody has what they have, and now they want something new, and now the only way to get it is to sell something off because I can't afford maybe the whole figure. I need this figure to help me with that. And guess what? Now I'm selling it and I got to get rid of it. So I'm willing to take less than what I bought. I'm willing to take a hit in order to get the next figure. And that's the part in collecting with Hot Toys, at least, that's probably changed the most there. Like I said, back then you could make a mistake and get your money back. You could maybe make a little profit, maybe get exactly what you paid for. But now the way we're doing things, we're doing it way too fast and we're doing it for way too cheap. And and it's not to say you're wrong for doing it. Everybody has their own financial situation. So I'm not judging you if you are doing it there.
Keep up here.
It's tough to keep up. But I mean, we also got to keep ourselves accountable and say, like, maybe we just don't pre-order everything that we like, you know? Sure. I always preach to you guys here. There's like it, there's love it, there's got to have it. If it's like it, let it go. You can admire it from a distance. If it's love it, you're on the fence. You got to see more. Maybe you need more pictures. Maybe you need a review. If that works for you, then it turns into a gotta have it, and a gotta have it self-explanatory. You just gotta have it, guys, right? We're not doing Chinese math here. This is collecting, right? So, but to TX Boy's point here, this is the part that we need to fix the most. This is the most dire part in survival for Hot Toys collecting, that we need to keep our figures longer.
Preach.
We need to make better decisions with these here, because it is not just going to affect your wallet. It's going to affect everybody's wallet. And before, it was an unsung understanding between collectors that we don't do that. We hold our figures, we maintain the value of our figures, so that figure can help us get the next figure if we really need it. But we're not losing money in the hobby. We're keeping ourselves afloat by not overly spending here, because when you're losing money on a hobby, that is the fastest way, in my opinion. And I say opinion, not opinion, because this is my opinion. That is the fastest way, guys, to tap out of collecting. No one wants to lose money. No one wants to feel like it's a waste of their money. That is the part that needs to be fixed. So pre-ordering, everything we're saying, we're on the right track. It's going to take time, but we got to be better about, if we're selling day one releases here, we got to be better at what we're actually buying then, if that's the case.
Well said. I have nothing to add, but Brick, anything you want to throw on top of that?
No, that's perfectly said.
All right. Yeah.
So congrats to TX Boy for being the first one. Comment of the week. Let's go.
Evil Sneaker says, I saw someone in BST group asking 100 under retail for a figure that recently released and is in stock in Sideshow. Pretty sure someone gave him the deal too. Well, and then people get on people on these BSTs for asking for a figure that is in stock right now, but they want it for $75 to $100 under what the in stock retail value is, and people are getting on them about it. But when you're selling these figures for that low, you can't really blame people for asking for them either. Like, we all got to hold each other accountable and ourselves accountable, and yeah, like, that's kind of what we've gotten ourselves into. Is now people want it super cheap, and it doesn't matter if it's in stock or sold out. Where can I get the best deal? And we've kind of been trained to do that in one aspect, and with all of these pre-orders coming out hitting us on the head at the same time, it is tough, because I just got this figure 2 months ago, but now I'm getting this pre-order coming in. I got to sell something because I just can't get all three of these figures at the same time. I get it. It sucks. Sometimes maybe you got to make a choice, but if we're constantly doing this, like DLO said, we're not doing ourselves or the hobby any favors. So hopefully this stuff starts to kind of correct itself over time. But yeah, I saw it was somebody was asking for the Mando Luke for like $250 shipped or something, and people are like, what the hell are you talking about? And it's like, but people are selling it for around there sometimes.
Yeah.
So,
and he probably got it too.
I saw an interesting one that I was following this week here, just kind of lurking and just kind of quietly judging. I won't name any names or anything like that, but if you know, you guys know. I saw a post for somebody looking for something like that. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you, buddy. I was looking at a post that someone put for in search of for Carnage, right? And the guy, I forget what the price was or whatever like that, but basically, long story short, he got in the comment section from the people who's like, oh, there's no way it's going for at least this and et cetera, et cetera. So they really gave it to him pretty hard. He followed up later this week and he put in there, oh, I found the deal. He shouted out the person who gave him the deal, etc., thanking him for such an awesome deal. So he's kind of shout out to the haters kind of thing, right? So, okay, so good for you for getting the price you wanted there. But now you just let everybody in the community know that guess what? Your Carnage is not worth what it was about 6 days ago before you found it there. There's nothing wrong with finding a good deal. And I think that's the other thing too with us as collectors. We gotta, I hate to say this because it may come off wrong to some people, but I feel like there's got to be a point where if we get a good deal, probably don't have to share it with everybody, right? Because then everybody's going to be looking for that number that you got. And then again, it's affecting everybody else's wallet as well too. You score one,
you know it can be attained.
There's nothing wrong with getting a good deal, but it is something wrong with it if you go out there and tell everybody, hey, you guys, whatever you say, I found the deal. Here's the price. Here's the guy. I got it. Great. Now everybody lost money in their Carnage share because it was selling for other than that up until you set the new standard of how low you can get it to. Right. That is not good. That is not good for everybody there. So in search ofs are dangerous. There's nothing wrong with them, but maybe keep that information to yourself and not ruin it for everybody else.
And the thing is too, like, could that guy have, you just don't know. That guy could have been his friend that gave him a good deal and he didn't put that into the comment. You know what I mean?
Don't want to shout anybody
see it as,
out.
oh, it was a seller.
I was passing through and I saw that and I was just like, I'm happy for you, but maybe keep that to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God bless TX Boy here too. I agree. This year was my hardest year collecting. I put in so much OT for the hot toys to keep up, but gotta keep it 100. Good for you, doing what you needed to do to stay afloat in the hobby, and props, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It ain't easy being a collector in 2023. I always say that.
No, it's not. And yeah, so much to choose from. Hard to be disciplined, hard to stay focused.
Yep.
Inflation is a real deal. We just gotta push through, prioritize, and go from there. So well said, both of you guys, on those topics. Do you want to end the night with a little game?
Yes.
Let's do that. Let's lighten the mood a little bit here. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
We've had some great discussions.
It was a great conversation, but sure. I want everybody to go home feeling good. It's Wolfpack Wednesday, guys. Woo! This is the best day of the week. It's hump day. Let's have some fun now.
All right. We're going to have some fun now. I built this a while ago, and I just been waiting for the week to be able to use it. I want you guys in the chat to play this game too. So, you have a budget. So, we're being responsible collectors here. You have $100 and I want you to build your display. So I've tried to mix this up as best as I could. You guys can get two grails, if you will, two grails. If you want, you can get, go for the budget figures at the bottom and just build out your collection that way. So I myself am unsure of how I'm going to do this. So if we want, we don't have to go one by one. We can just kind of all talk through this as we go.
Sure.
Is there anything in the $50 range that you guys are like, yeah, that's going to be in my display? I mean, because obviously I want it, but would you rather you could get, all all four of the $10 ones, and then, add a couple more if you want. So, what are you guys thinking? Anything sticking out that you got to have right off the bat?
I mean, RoboCop is my favorite figure there on this list. But if I can get, Spider-Man down there, get a Mando, that's $20. I still got $80. I can get Vader and an Iron Man. That's $60. I still got $40 left. Go ahead and give me Maul and Marty McFly. So
hold on here. I want to put this in so I don't forget it. So name them again for me.
Shit.
Maul, Marty,
Maul, Marty, Mando, Spider-Man. What else did I say? That's 30, 40, 50, 60.
Math
Did
is
I
fun.
say? I think I said Iron Man and Vader, I think. So, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I'd also love to go. I'll let one of you guys go now. But I mean, I would love to get the RoboCop and just go RoboCop and Captain Jack Sparrow and Vader. I mean, that would be 3 big, huge, iconic characters, pieces.
Sure.
That's kind of cheating, bro. I don't like
Yeah,
that.
I don't think there's a figure on here I don't want. So that's tough.
It's kind of
in
cheating. You
itself.
gave 2 answers. You're supposed to have a backup answer.
DLO, what are you thinking here?
I'm going unorthodox in this one here. I'm
Right.
gonna do my best to stay away from anything DC. Okay, and I'm probably gonna try to stay away from Marvel too. So I'm gonna give myself a personal challenge here. Okay, so I am, and this is my only answer for the record, everybody. I am going to do RoboCop. I'm going to do Ripley.
Okay.
And I'm going to do Marty McFly. And I'm going to take that Chrome Mando. So that way, I get my nostalgia from RoboCop, my nostalgia from Ripley, right? I'll take, what did I say for the other? Marty McFly, right?
Yep.
Because I'm a DeLorean guy. And that Mando. So I'll have some representation of the new wave of Star Wars there. Maybe not
Right.
classic, but I'll take them since I got $10 left over.
Sure.
Okay, that's a very good list. I'm just typing mine in as we go here. So let's see, we have 50, 30, that's 80. Dang, that's not much left over. So I kind of have to get another $10 one. Dang, I don't know if mine's going to be just a little bit.
I love how you
different
waited
here.
to play the game with us. That's
Yeah,
sweet.
I totally would have cheated if it was my game.
Yeah.
I'm glad nobody holds us to this because I honestly don't know what I'm doing right now. Like, again, I want them all, and it's tough to.
Yeah.
It's tough. I'm kind of debating between the Leia or the RoboCop, to be honest, because if we're doing loopholes, this is Batman Returns. For anybody that doesn't know, you could get 89 Batman if you want. So
You guys are the worst.
and Harley is great. You know what? Okay, I'm changing this up here. Screw it. I'm working through it, and I'm gonna go RoboCop, Harley, Mando, and Marty as well. It was tough between Marty and Gamora because I do like the Guardians a lot, but RoboCop is a Grail. Love the movie, and it's not, Leia. You know, there's variants of Leia, and there's variants of Batman. Yondu was one of a kind, but still, Harley is just such a great figure, and I love Margot Robbie. Mando, great show. Let's get some Star Wars in there, and then Back to the Future. You got to have a little bit Marty McFly. So that's what I'm doing. So who do you guys think has the best list of us three? So here's mine. Here's Delo's. So Delo's got RoboCop. Ripley's a good one. Marty and Mando. So actually, him and I just swapped the females there. We
Pretty much, yeah.
and then
Totally stole my idea.
Rick went heavy. Not really. Brick went heavy Star Wars Marvel combo. He really does not like DC, guys. Don't let him fool you. He says he loves Margot Robbie, but
Yeah.
I don't think he does.
Turns out that was a lie.
But I think he got the most figures out of all of us.
He did. I think that's his MO though. That's like you're really learning about us as collectors by what we picked here, because he has way more than we picked, but we have like very fancy taste though.
Yeah. All right, let me go to this here. So Hawk says Harley, Sparrow, Maul, Mando. That's a good list
solid.
too.
It's a good one.
I feel like the $20 range, and I haven't seen all your guys's, but it's being left out. You know, we have variants of these 3. Brick, you didn't pick Venom?
Nope. Picked Iron Man.
Interesting. What? I gotta dig into this one. What made you pick Iron Man over Venom?
Iconic. Gotta have an Iron Man. I don't know. Gotta do it.
Because you said this was like one of your all-time favorites.
It is. That was before I got Iron Man.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Yep. That Iron Man does change you.
I put this in specifically for you, Rick. I put Venom in specifically for you.
Like DLO says, got to keep the people guessing. Do it.
Evil Sneaker says
it's true.
Maul, Chrome. Okay, here we go. Maul, Mando, Vader, Hoth, Leia, and someone give me 10 because I'm here at 110. So he's the Star Wars guy. So Maul, Vader, Venom, Captain Jack. That is the DX-15, by the way.
I'm liking these lists. These are some good lists. Keep them
going. Yeah, you all have really good ones here. Homie says Venom, Vader, Maul, Spider-Man, Mando, and I'll tip you the other 10. Thank you.
Hey, Super Chat's coming in.
Yay, Super Chat.
Kidding, homie. Kidding. Or not, am I?
I'll take the full row of the 20. Okay, take the full row of the 20 and grab Mando for 10 and keep the final 10 and go buy me a bacon cheese.
Use that 10 for Spider-Man.
But that's a good list though too, because that's kind of like, since none of us picked them, like that's a sleeper row right there. You got heavy hitters on that row.
Dude,
that $20 row is the best.
That's a nice row right there.
You get a Vader, you get a Superman. Yeah, you get heavy hitters from the 3 franchises plus a Venom.
Yep.
Can't go wrong.
Then you can go with Mando and Spidey. Boom. That's the best.
Or you can get your Venom with the Spidey.
Or you can get a cheeseburger.
Cheese. I kind of am hungry. I wouldn't mind a cheeseburger.
We start eating on the show.
Leia, Maul, and Vader. Leia was tough for me, but I was after seeing Evil Sneakers, A New Hope Leia, I almost want that one even more than Hoth. So
she's good. She's good.
Oh, she's good. All right. Evil says Brick has the best list.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Of course he would say that. Of course.
Another reason why he's getting off my friends list after the show. He just keeps digging that hole. Evil just digging that hole with me. Yeah.
Peyton has RoboCop, Jack Sparrow, Mando, and Spider-Man.
That's a good list. I like that list.
That's a good list.
That's a really good one.
I mean, it's good to be able to get a Spider-Man, another iconic hero for $10.
Yeah.
Pretty good deal. We got Philip the Fool in the house. What is going on, dude? We got RoboCop, Iron Man, Vader, Mando. Another solid list right there.
Mando's just a steal at $10. That's just
true.
It's a good.
The Chrome.
For sure.
Chrome. So
yeah. For $10. I mean, I don't think there's not many lists that doesn't have that on there. So that's a good value.
What do you guys think of this game? Was it fun? I liked it.
I like it because it gets the the chat involved too. So
yeah,
for sure. I learned a lot about you too. Disappointed with your Brick.
Is there any
backup plans
you guys think on the panel that is in a wrong spot?
That's a good one. Good question.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Well, let me go down the list here. Let me go down the $50 row there. So, Hoth, Leia, RoboCop, 92, and Yondu. You know what? Guy, were you going to say something?
I was going to say put Ripley, switch out Batman and Ripley.
Interesting. Well, because you're a DC hater, I won't listen to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
that was
gross at this point.
I'm not a DC
bias at this point. It's very obvious to me at this point. I mean, we've been working together for months, but now I'm seeing your true colors now. But yeah, just kidding, Brick. We love you.
I wish these were real too, real prices.
I would say this though. No, but you know what though? I would probably take one of the $30 figures. Either I would say Ripley or Jack Sparrow. Probably Ripley. I'd probably put Ripley in the 50 mark, and I'd probably move Yondu down personally, just because he's not the biggest name out of that list. That's there. Fine. No, actually, I got more Marvel than you, pal. Watch yourself.
Woo!
And I have Yondu. He's dope. No, but I will say it's a technicality because Yondu is a phenomenal figure. But I just feel like when you put him in a row with classics like Leia, RoboCop, Batman, he seems out of place compared to everybody else.
Sure,
so
nobody picked him.
I'd put Ripley up there over Yondu.
But he is a $600 plus figure.
This is true until the 2.0.
Which will never come. Yeah, Peyton says this game's fun. Hawk says this is really cool. Good. Yeah, we'll do some more stuff like this. It only took me like 45 minutes to make. So, Evil says Mando should cost more.
I think
because it's in stock and you can find deals on it. And yeah, you got to have something down low here.
Yeah, I just don't know who to switch that out with.
Yeah, Hawk says switch out Leia with Han Solo. I wanted to keep it diverse. You know, we got to get the females some love too. So I tried to mix it up as best I could. But Han Solo would definitely be a good one to use next time. And we could do Star Wars. I know Evil Sneaker would love that. We could just do straight Star Wars, straight Marvel,
Star Wars.
straight DC.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah,
we'll do
Bob will just say, I'll just watch this game. But if we did DC.
No. Here we go.
All right. Twist my arm. All right, this is my list, guys.
What about switching Yondu with Maul? Yeah, definitely some that could.
I think you can make a case for any of them on the $30 road. They can be a $50 figure.
It's true. It's true. I kind of did go like on the secondary market, like top tier prices, a little bit lower. And I think that's kind of what I was going off of. Was really just pricing, what you can get them for.
Sure. You can get, well, besides
this is common, you know, there's variants of it and stuff. So I figured people might not be as interested in like a Mando if I have the Beskar or I have the Durasteel type of thing. So
right.
And same thing with Iron Man, expensive figure, but so many variants. So
yeah,
cool. Really quickly, we're gonna end, but don't go anywhere, guys, because I just want to know. I just want to know quickly what's the fixated figure of the week here. What figure are you guys honing in on, keeping an eye on? Just got in. Rick, I want to start with you. What's the figure that you're fixated on? Maybe you just got it in. Maybe you just got like a Darth Maul and you know you're in love with it.
Yeah.
And you just can't stop looking at it. I don't know. You know whatever.
Yeah, I got a huge deal on the Darth Maul up there that you guys see. So, you know, not just Marvel. Let's go. Thank you to Hawk Wars over here that's been in the chat. So, yeah, man, we've already talked about how quick that shipping is, but man, that Darth Maul is just awesome. I don't know why it took me so long to get him. And I'm glad I waited to get the one from Phantom Menace. So happy I waited for that one. I do wish it had the speeder, but you know what? I can buy that separately somehow, and just loving the figure, man. But I can't have two answers. Sorry, can't do that.
No, we can't.
Nope, can't.
It's let singular. You do that.
Yeah.
We have principles on the show.
Sorry. Yep.
How about you, D-Lo?
It's on my desk, guys. It's sick. This figure here, Cad Bane, of course, everybody who can see it there. This was not on my radar. This was, honestly, it was in the love it pile there, and I was tossing it back and forth whether I wanted to or not. So, you know, I was fortunate to have an opportunity to pick it up, and I jumped on it, the opportunity when it came about there. And I'm so glad I did because, I mean, had I had a better understanding of how much I was really going to love this figure, I probably would have pre-ordered this one too, because this one is so good. I mean, it's so unique. It screams Star Wars in a way where it's just, you look at it, you know, this is supposed to be in this universe. And that's what I love about it, because it has so much presence to it there. And the material that is based off may not be the best. Book of Boba Fett obviously was, you know, you either liked it or you didn't. It's pretty straightforward. But for a figure that, for a character that's very well known in the animated circles of things here, it's coming to life. It looks beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. So right now for me, I'm so fixated that I'm going to say right now, it is probably the front. It's probably the front runner for figure of the year for me for 2023. So this is my early.
Wow.
my early entry into 2023 potential figure of the year. That's how much I like this one.
End of the year, guys. We're gonna do a stream.
Yes.
Where we're gonna be picking the best figures that were released this year. We're gonna do that. We should do it like a holiday special, like the week after Christmas, before New Year's type of thing.
Sure.
Yes.
Do it. Wolfpack. The Wednesday after Christmas.
Pajamas.
Hello,
Did you guys say you want to wear those? Yes.
Dude, I'm in. I got a onesie. I'll do it.
Gosh. We're not doing that before or after Christmas. We're wearing the Christmas stuff.
We should do that. We can do the pajamas before.
How about the whole month of December?
I got a Grinch shirt. I got everything.
I'll get back to you.
I got a Santa hat.
Yeah, I got all that stuff there too.
It'd be fun. Halloween. We should do
Halloween. We got all
dress up for Wolfpack Wednesday for Halloween.
We could do like a trio thing, you know, where we all kind of like a certain movie or something, or surprise each other, not tell either one of us what we're dressing up as.
That'd be fun. We'll just have a Halloween.
I will not do Marvel. I'll do DC.
Oh my gosh, and we're both gonna be Batman in the same stream. It's gonna be ruined. Nope, can't do
dark.
it. Can't do it.
I was thinking of Wonder Woman, but okay.
Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah.
In case you guys haven't noticed, we'll do anything for the views. Anything.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm pretty sure a lot of people would leave the show if I guess Wonder Woman.
The
or
figure
new subscribers.
Oh yeah, never know.
Oh,
I think we're gonna do some stuff here. We're gonna do like figures we're thankful for during Thanksgiving. We're gonna do it all. So make sure you guys stick with us. But the figure that I'm fixated on right now it's Cad Bane, because he's incoming any day, any week. But the figure that I'm actually like fixated on, and I gotta thank Evil Sneaker for this, is that A New Hope Leia. Like, I overlooked that figure because I thought it was more of like I hate to say it, but like a manly head sculpt, because it's older. But I held it in hand at Evil Sneaker's collection room, and it looks really good, and it's different from the Return of the Jedi like hairstyle that I have. So I was on Hoth Leia, and I'm just like, with the different head sculpt, you know, it's that classic Star Wars. Can't find her for a decent deal. Plus, I'm poor, so you know that doesn't help. But I'm hoping when my kids are like in actual school coming up here soon, that I can afford some of those heavy hitters again. So that I don't know if I'm gonna get her, but that's the figure I'm fixated on. I'm looking in searches. I'm looking and just no luck with it. So yeah.
I've been watching. Speaking of Star Wars, I've been watching these animated shows, and I'm looking at that Ahsoka. I know a lot of people, you know, like the other Ahsoka more. I think I do as well. But you ever watch something, and then you're like, oh, I want those figures
all the time. That's why I don't want to watch movies anymore.
Yep.
No, it's scary because. Yeah, I'll watch something. I'm like, damn, I need those figures, or I'm so glad I have it, or I need more, or you know, you think you're content. You watch the movie and you just get those juices flowing again.
Yeah.
So
One in Guardians is on Disney Plus now, and I'm like, I can't watch that movie.
Yeah, I'm watching it after the stream's over. I'm watching it again.
Are you?
I've been waiting for it. Like, I refused to buy it, so I was like, hurry up, Disney Plus now. I'm going to watch it after the stream, probably fall asleep to it in the first 10 minutes, like I usually do with movies. I'm an old man now. I'm old. Yeah. I need my rest. I don't, guys, I don't wake up looking like this. This is a process. Okay.
Well, on that note, we're going to let DLO go and watch his movie. So I want to say thank you to everybody for probably our best show yet. This was hopping. You guys in the chat really drove the show. The support means the world. So it also just makes it so much more fun when you guys are interacting with us, asking questions, giving feedback. So I can't thank you guys enough. Sharing this hobby with you two on the panel is amazing. Sharing it with you guys in the chat is just as amazing. So super fun. Can't wait for next week to do the show. I'll probably be off the week after that because I'll be on vacation, but maybe these guys want to do their own little Wolfpack show. I don't know. We'll see.
Ooh.
So
let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know.
We'll think about it. All
right, guys.
I don't know if they can handle the Man Wolfpack show. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon. Have a great week. Goodbye.